Hello, everybody. Broadcasting to you live from the Orion spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, the solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, somewhere near where this game is being played in Cincinnati. My name is Brian Engelman, and this is Strictly Browns, powered by the Unhappy Hour Sports Show, delivered through the new American media, because the old American media has failed you. Thanks for joining, everybody. We are going to watch the Browns game together. Some call them the Frowns. Some call them the Clowns. I call them my favorite football team. Give me a second. Let me grab my additional device here. I'm going to try to stream on Facebook. Hit like, hit subscribe. Heat subscribe. Please leave your comments. I'm interested in having an ongoing conversation with y'all. So please put your comments in. We're going to watch the game together. Give me your rapid feedback, your instant feedback, if you'd be so kind. Got this new device. I'm excited to try it out. It's a 7-in-1 USB-C PD adapter. Because I got a ring light up here. I have multiple phones over here. Charging my laptop. Lots of stuff going on. So yeah, excited to check this thing out. What's up, Keith? Hey, Keith, do you want to jump in the show? Do you want to watch the game and talk about the game? Let me just give you the link if you want to use it. Let me just do that. I would love for Keith to join the show today. Click that, and then you jump in the studio. Then I'd click the button to bring you in from the studio, and then we could talk. I don't know what you're up to, how you're watching the game. But, yeah, if we could comment on it live, that'd be a lot of fun. I envision watching these games, doing these live shows, for Buckeyes games, for Browns games, where people from the Unhappy Hour, the Facebook group, the thousands of people that are in there, bring them up here. Bring them into the show. Sounds good. Do we want them to lose or do we want better draft position? Great question. I mean, ask, the Ryan Leaf versus Peyton Manning. Michael Jordan, or who was that they took ahead of Jordan? Who was that guy? Sam Bowie? One draft position can make a big difference. All right, we're getting ready for kickoff here. Let me share the screen. Browns look like they're going to returning it. Here we go. At the 10, 15, 20. Hit, spun, taken down. Jerome Ford, who's that? And happy fantasy football playoff weekend to you. Man, my teams are not making me happy very much right now. They are not making me very happy. The statistics show Bengals have a 67% chance of winning. Keith Piper.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? How you doing?
Living the dream. How are you? Let me turn your there's a nice run by Jerome Ford. Holy shit. Cross midfield. 40, 30, 20, 10. Holy shit. I should have started Jerome Ford in my fantasy football league.
Yeah, I think your feed's a little ahead of mine.
Oh, do I need to? Can I pause mine?
No, that's all right. No big deal.
Well, here, get first play. This will help Dorian Thompson-Robinson's case. Tell me when do you see the play begin? How many seconds?
All right, right now I'm just seeing kickoff.
Oh,
well,
shit.
Fast forward it.
Oh, can you fast forward?
No, I think my it says, yeah, you're watching live and cannot fast forward any further. Oh, well.
And the way that I'm watching, I can't pause it. Is this going to be impossible? I'm just going to be.
Yeah, I don't know. This will be it must be the streaming service I'm using,
Which streaming service are you using?
I have Fubo.
What's it called? Fubo?
Yeah, hold on. You know what? Actually, I have YouTube TV as well. Let me try that one. Let me see if that one's any further ahead. Just seeing that run now by Ford.
What a run.
Yeah, that was nice. Well, let me try YouTube TV. See if maybe that's a little further ahead.
And I'm trying to double check and make sure my Rumble stream is going because Rumble is where we're at. Make sure you're following the New American Media on Rumble at the New American Media. Because I had a glitch with this. Oh, look at that. Dorian Thompson-Robinson running it almost to the first down. It's probably going to set up a 3rd and 1. At the 1. Or at the 2, 1 or 2.
Okay, so I just turned on YouTube TV. So yeah, this is. I'm just now seeing the run from DTR almost to the first down. So this one seems to be a little closer.
All right. Well, all right. That's a start.
Yeah.
3rd and 2 here. What's going to happen? Some call a timeout? What are they doing?
I don't know. So you think Myles Garrett's got 1 foot out the door?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Holy crap, Keith. I mean, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean.
I made a post on the Unhappy Hour on X. Make sure everyone's following us on X. We are at the Unhappy Hour _ one word, Unhappy Hour, the Unhappy Hour _ And I said, the Browns, it should be criminal for the Browns to waste Hall of Fame careers like Joe Thomas, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb, and Baker Mayfield. Yes, I put all them in potential Hall of Famer categories.
Yeah,
I've been proven right with Baker Mayfield being a top 3 quarterback, top 6, top 12, top 10. All right, hold on. Here's the play. 3rd and 2. They're going to hand off to the up back, pushing forward. I think he's in. Dante Foreman, is he going to be the hand? Oh, they're going to mark him short. He's in the end zone.
I don't know. Did his knee or arm go down first?
He went sideways. I didn't see his knee go. Okay, there it is. Yeah, all right. That's a good spot then. Good spot.
Yeah.
So his left knee did touch. It's going to be, they got the first down, 1st and goal.
Yeah, so they should be able to punch that in.
All right, so what do you do? You're the play caller, Keith. Who do you pick? What are you calling here?
Well, why not just try Thompson quarterback sneak? Tush push.
Tush push. They're going to hand off to Foreman. Diving. They give it to him. Touchdown, Browns.
All right, sweet.
And the Bengals are saying the ball's out, and they have it.
That would be the Brownsiest thing to happen, wouldn't it?
The exact Brownsiest thing we could ever anticipate.
I mean, at this point, you just kind of hope that, I hate to root against them, but for the draft pick, we got a lot of makeup work to do because that Deshaun Watson trade screwed us so badly.
Okay, they're showing form. Oh my God, the ball came out. The ball came out before he got in. I don't know how they called it a touchdown. He didn't even make it in.
Oh, Lord.
Showing replays here. It was somebody with a 4. What's his number? 24 on the Bengals knocked it out.
Yeah, let's see here.
That ball's out, man. He swings with his right hand and punches it. Wow.
Oh, yeah, that is out, isn't it?
The Brownsiest thing you could possibly imagine, Keith. Holy shnikes.
Well, I guess we can hope for this. Well, if he recovered it in the end zone, that would be a touchback, right? Where did he recover the ball? Oh, no, he did recover it like on the 1.
Yeah, so, it's like the best punt you could ever have.
Yeah, so he could maybe get a safety or something.
Yeah, this time of year sucks, Keith, when we're not competitive.
Yeah, it's like
you said it perfectly with your question. Do we want them to lose for better draft position? It's like, yeah, there's no. What do we gain by getting wins? But what you gain is by you stop being a loser. You get that loser energy out of you. Would you rather lose a game to potentially get a slightly better draft pick to maybe get your franchise quarterback? But are you risking losing Myles Garrett, who goes, I'm out, man. I even bought the Cavaliers and I'm out. I love you guys, but you got to give me something. At the end of the day, you got to show me something. And you ran Baker Mayfield. Now, I don't know. I would love to know if Myles Garrett was a part of running Baker Mayfield out of town. I would love to know because Baker threw him under the bus with the helmet swing. And everyone's like, oh, it's coming out now. Baker lost the locker room. Okay.
Well, there was obviously in Cleveland there was something going on with Baker. I mean, I think Stefanski should have sit his ass when he was hurt.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I don't know if he didn't get along with Stefanski or Stefanski didn't get along or they didn't get along with each other. But I just thought it was idiotic. Stefanski would keep playing him injured like that.
It was.
And
And that's
then,
why Stefanski earned the right to get fired.
of course, OBJ didn't help matters when his dad released that tape or whatever, But then again, I mean, some of the tape may have been, legitimate, but dude was playing with one shoulder. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the thing about the Watson trade, I don't care. 3 first-round picks is too much for anybody. I don't care who it is. I mean, you're banking your whole future on that guy, and then look what happens. Dude plays subpar, gets hurt every year, But hearing rumors that Atlanta's interested in him, I say trade him for a burrito at this point. Get something for him. But
Well, yeah. Trey Lance, they gave up 2 or 3 first-round picks to get him, and then they started the last
never
play
even hear the guy
instead.
Yeah, you don't even hear the guy anymore.
Yeah, he's sitting on the bench, and they'd rather go to Cooper Rush. All right.
Yeah, Dallas, right?
Bengals here in their own end zone. Can the Browns force a 2-pointer?
That would be nice.
Or are we going to give up a 99-yard touchdown run?
Yeah, you can't rule that out with this team.
Now, hold on. They either drew him offside. They're calling a 5-yard penalty on the Browns. If this is on the Browns,
let's see here.
Keith, this Stefanski team looks so sloppy. Why are we keeping Kevin Stefanski?
How do you go from a year like last year where you had, oh God, they did jump off sites, didn't they? 43.
You give up first and goal at your own 1, and now it's first and 5.
Now they have breathing room, yeah.
God.
And that's you're right. That's coaching. They're undisciplined.
What are they jumping for?
And I could tell, first game this year, these guys are not ready to play. The Dallas game. They came out there and they just looked like they hadn't practiced all during training camp, which I know most of the starters didn't play in any of the preseason games, and I know you don't want to play them too much, but man, it looks like I don't know what happened between last year and this year. I mean, you still have the vast majority of the same players, right?
28th turnover this season, tied for second most in the NFL, right behind Tennessee. You turn the ball over, you don't win. That's it.
How many turnovers last week? 8 or something, like 6 or 8?
There was at least 6 I saw.
Yeah,
could have been more. At least 6.
And surprisingly, they were like in that game with Kansas City, and if it weren't for the turnovers, they could have probably pulled out a win.
It's astonishing.
Yeah, this team just since 1999 they defy statistical math.
Well, you know what? Let me play that clip. It's the Factory of Sadness clip.
Yeah.
Because Mike Polk says that. I'm going to cue it up. It is statistically more unlikely for you to be this consistently bad than it would be for you to occasionally accidentally be good. The probability is staggering.
Yeah.
I feel like I memorized that exactly, but I will say
how often they go through coaches and quarterbacks and players. You'll land on one, but seems like you'll find a guy that might have one really good year and then they just go south. I always think of Derek Anderson.
Oh God, I was living in Los Angeles and I was repping my team and I was working at the world's largest talent agency. By the way, it's 2nd and 3 for the Bengals. 10 minutes left in the first at their own 20-yard line. Burrow out of a shotgun formation. Yeah, that was the Derek Anderson year. We had 10 wins, but we lost a tiebreaker.
Yeah, it was. They finished 10-6 and missed the playoffs, which is unusual.
Very unusual.
You see 500 teams make the playoffs some years.
Playoffs?
Even under 500 teams.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
About playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't know what happened between this year and last year. I mean, obviously Flacco isn't with us, but it just seems so weird they would just go so far downhill after one season. Don't know if it's just a matter of, I don't know.
Bengals running it out to midfield and more. Down to the 45-yard line of the Browns. How close to the action are we now? How close are we? How synced are we?
Let's see. I'm showing the replay from, I think, a play before that. I think it was Jamar Chase.
Hey, remember this? Remember when we used to be in the playoffs?
I don't know. All I know is we threw 4 interceptions and fumbled once. 1 interception they returned for a touchdown. 3 others were in our end of the field where they scored point. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Remember when the Browns were in the playoffs? Playoffs? Are you kidding me? I just hope we can win a game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just don't get the staggering difference from last year to this year, but it's got to be Stefanski. I mean, everyone always points out, Coach of the Year twice. Well, at work, they always have the slogan, yesterday's trophies don't win tomorrow's games.
Yesterday's trophies don't win tomorrow's games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our defense is ranked 23rd against the rush. That's the Schwartz effect. Wow, look at this run. 10-5 down, knocked out of bounds by Brown. Brown, the running back, knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. They are carving us up. They want to stick around in the playoffs.
Yeah, they still have a chance.
I mean, an outside chance. But this time of year, all you want is a chance.
Exactly.
I mean,
remember last year how everyone was, Jim Schwartz is so great. I hope he doesn't go to a team as a head coach. Well, I don't think we need to worry about that anymore.
I mean, he did look great for a little bit, right?
Yeah. Last year, I thought he did great for the most. But then at the end of the year, they started giving up a lot of points, I feel like. And they still have that problem where, someone's just left wide open.
Oh, my God, Joe Burrow touchdown, but did his knee hit before he threw it? His knee might have hit. Every scoring play is reviewed.
That's what they say, yeah.
So that's to T. Higgins. That would not help me in my fantasy league. I got Jamar Chase in both leagues. But look, I think that was I think his knee might have been down. Mason Rudolph throws a touchdown.
All right, I'm just seeing that play now here.
Did he stay off of the ground, off of the turf?
Oh, I don't know.
No. He's down. That's going to come back.
Hey, it looked like he was flat on his stomach.
Yeah, this would be a 99-yard touchdown drive in 4 plays if it's in. But no. You got to call it back. His right knee was down.
Hey, look, wasn't 71 holding that guy there? Of course, they didn't call it. Oh, that's close.
They just confirmed it as a touchdown. Make it make sense.
I don't know. I saw the replay there. I mean, it looked kind of close, but might as well just get our misery. No, he was down. His knee was down.
They confirmed it, though. You saw what I saw. That was a clear.
Yeah. What?
I know. Make it.
What the hell are they watching? Yeah, that slow motion play or playback. His right knee was definitely down before he threw the ball.
All right. Well, here let's watch this as we commiserate some of the misery here. This is Mike Polk Jr. yelling at the Cleveland Browns stadium.
Hey, Browns! Mike Polk, season ticket holder.
By the way, Ryan Pontbriand.
Yep. Probably one of the best players we've had. Great long snapper.
I know. His first name was Ryan, right? Ryan Pontbriand?
Yeah. Ryan Pontbriand.
What a great jersey selection. All right, here we go. Mike Polk Jr., season ticket holder.
Killer game in Houston today.
Killer game in Cincinnati today.
Well, thank God we built you. What a blessing for the community.
You are wasting valuable space on our majestic shoreline, and what do we get out of it from you?
10 miserable games a year, including 2 preseason games that I have to pay for, and 1 shitty Kenny Chesney concert. Do you understand that it is actually statistically harder for a team to be this consistently bad than it is for them to occasionally accidentally be good? The probability is staggering. Did you happen to see that Packers-Chargers game today? It's like they're playing a different sport than you are. And here's what you have to understand. We don't even expect you to be good. We just want you to be watchable. Do you have any idea how low our expectations are? We don't expect you to win the Super Bowl. We just want you to look better than a Division III high school team. And listen, I know that there are way more important things in life than football, but you are supposed to be our pleasant distraction from those things. But all we do is pay you money to put us in a bad mood every week.
And by the way, that might be the best line because, Keith, you know, I do the Unhappy Hour sports show and the Agree to Disagree show. And in Agree to Disagree, it's politics and it's geopolitics, it's current events, it's all the misery. If it bleeds, it leads. I'm supposed to be able to tune in some sports to get my head right. You know, I'm supposed to get a break from the craziness of the world and all of the anger. All this does is put me in a bad mood, though.
We just want you to look better than a Division III high school team. And listen, I know that there are way more important things in life than football, but you are supposed to be our pleasant distraction from those things. But all we do is pay you money to put us in a bad mood every week. You are a factory of sadness! I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then the teams get political. You know, whether you agree with it or not, you're going to piss off about 50% of the population. You know. So.
Yeah, well, but look, they can be as woke as they want, but they blocked Rush Limbaugh from buying the St.
Exactly.
Louis
Yep.
You know,
It
you
still
can
might
be
be
as
in
political
St.
as you
Louis
want, as long as you're the right kind of political, which is bullshit.
Yep.
Without
the
looking,
NBA rankings or the NBA ratings are way down this year.
They are
probably because of that. I mean, I'm enjoying watching the Cavs, but
Cavs have been great. I went out and bought myself a Donovan Mitchell autographed rookie card.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, all right, I'm all in on D Mitch, on Spida. Without looking at the Factory of Sadness video, how many views do you think that has? If you
I mean, that thing's probably what, 10, 11 years old? I'd probably say a couple million, I don't know.
13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, man.
2.8 million.
Okay, I was kind of close.
Jerome Ford with the return out to about the 25. So what do we make of Dorian Thompson-Robinson? Obviously, we were gifted.
I don't think he's a future, but I think he could probably be a solid backup, maybe. I thought it was kind of a weird decision to. I mean, I guess I don't know. Are they punishing Winston for all the INTs, or?
I mean, you can't throw that many interceptions. You just can't. I mean,
no, you can't.
500 yards, but you can't have those.
But if you're actually trying to win the game, does DTR really give you a better chance? I don't know.
Look at this. Blown up in the backfield, loss of 5, sacked. You can't blame DTR for that, but also he didn't have the situational awareness to notice that he had an uncovered blitzer coming off his blind side.
Well, the line's been horrendous this year too. That's something that I think gets overlooked a lot. But
okay, well, why is that the case? Is that the Bill Callahan effect?
Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just like I said, the dude leaves, and all of a sudden these guys forget how to block. So, I mean, you would think these guys are professionals and wouldn't need, guidance on every single thing and figure it out. But maybe their play calling just isn't to their strength. I mean, you look at a good coach like Mike Tomlin.
Pause on a good coach, Mike Tomlin. That pass on 2nd and 16 was gift wrapped as an interception that the Bengals just dropped. And by the way, we are now judging Andrew Berry's ability to draft and Kevin Stefanski's ability to coach up a quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know how you keep Berry and Stefanski, but get back to the coach thing you were saying.
Well, yeah. So you have a good coach. I mean, I hate to say it because he's a Steelers coach, but they basically gave him a pile of shit to work with this year, and he's winning because he knows how to work to the guy's strengths,
Yeah.
And our coach, maybe he gets lucky with a group of guys one year that can adjust to his coaching style or something, but it seems like, I don't know. just can't call plays or design things that work with the players on the team.
All right, Keith, hold on one second. Give me a moment. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back too.
Well, a much better series by Cincinnati, and it all starts again with that big negative play by Mike Hill coming off of the edge. And so it's good for Cincinnati after a horrible start to this game. Yeah, they got the takeaway, but come back, regroup, and force the 3 and out. For April Horkers, no priors at one punch this season in the NFL. So it's got the longest one in the league this season, 84-yarder in September. I think Vegas, their quest is here by Santa Williams. A 45-yard punt for Horkers. Here comes Cincinnati out to the 7-0 lead on CBS. For minutes, you can find personalized prescription weight loss treatment options 100% online. So you can feel healthy and confident in your own skin. Get started today at hims.com.
First can help you achieve your weight loss goals through a range of prescription weight loss treatment options, plus support for nutrition, hydration, sleep, and movement. Get started today at forhers.com.
It's the most wonderful time. The kids do. Whether your phone's broken or old, we've got you. With Verizon, anyone can trade in any phone, any condition. It's your last chance to get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. And iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon. What's Danny doing? He saved so much bundling home and auto that he can go to football. Football. Well, save with the personal advice plan. But new neighbor, State Farm is there. Our patients, they don't need doctors. Our patients need detectives. Mysteries Watson. CBS Sunday January is the strength paramount to us.
I'm not on that block. Junior Legal Counsel.
America's favorite new show is Matlock. My foster daughter is finding out who's responsible for justice. Matlock, now streaming on Paramount Plus and Thursdays on CBS.
All right, Bengals have the ball.
It's sponsored by
Dominating this game up 7-0. Burrow with the fake. Tosses it out to Chase. How many receptions for Chase so far? 5?
I don't know. Something like that.
Go the box score.
First reach of the season between these two teams.
Jamar Chase with 1 rushing. He only shown 1 reception. That doesn't seem right.
Huh.
2 receptions, 2 targets, 1 rushing.
Maybe Higgins had a couple. Oh,
Yeah, Higgins had it, actually.
I have a feeling it's going to be 14-0 here pretty quick.
I just, how are we even a football team? Like,
I don't know. So at this point, you know, Miles has already kind of given the hint, like, you guys better shape up or I'm out. Do you just go ahead and trade him and hope to get a number 1 pick?
no.
I mean,
My God, I mean, we're in such. I warned everybody when they did that Deshaun Watson mess. I said, our general manager is playing Russian roulette with a decade. We are going to have to face another winless season 3 times. We are mortgaging our future in ways that no NFL team has ever done. And Jimmy has him stupid enough to allow him to do it. You can't do that as the GM unless the owner signs off on it. Why in the world would he sign off on that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess there's just, you know, it was a gamble that they lost terribly on. I mean, that I, I don't know why they were so obsessed with getting Watson. And I mean, at the time, I would have been okay with it if it was like one first rounder, and maybe like a third or something. But
Thank
man,
you.
when
He
they
was
did the
damaged goods. He sat out a season, a million accusations. Where there's smoke, there might be fire. And by the way, I'm not one to take an allegation or an accusation and claim it
Sure.
as fact. I get that. However, you get him at a bargain basement price. You don't pay top dollar for it.
Exactly.
Burrow
I mean-
out to Brown for another first down. Bengals driving. I don't know how you keep. What about Dee Podesta? Everybody wants to talk about Stefanski. They want to talk about Andrew Berry, the general manager. What about Dee Podesta?
I mean, he must
don't know
be
how much blame he
have
deserves.
leverage with Haslam. Haslam might listen to him, or I don't know. I mean, he's kind of like, I don't want to infuse politics into it, but I have a feeling he's like the guy behind the scenes running everything, and then everyone else is just a puppet. I don't know.
Did you hear the report with Biden that came out? That he
No.
was cognitively. Oh yeah, last week it was one of the biggest stories we covered on I think Tuesday's episode of the Agree to Disagree show.
Yeah, I think I missed Tuesday. I was like really busy this week, so I was a little behind on.
I mean, that's par for the season, right? Everybody's
Yeah.
around. But yeah, there's a report that came in that said Joe Biden was cognitively declined from the minute he got into that office. I'm like, I've been reporting on that the whole campaign.
I knew that. I mean, they kept him.
But
in the
there were like
basement in
5
20.
unknown people who have been running the country. He's only met with his cabinet like 5 times.
For
You
sure.
have to submit
Obama's been
questions
running
in
the
writing
country.
in advance.
Yeah. I mean,
so-
I figured Obama's probably the guy behind the scenes taking his orders from the Rothschilds or whoever, Soros or whoever,
Yeah. Yeah. So people behind the scenes for sure. Running the
But yeah, I
Browns.
wonder
I
if
mean,
that's kind of what Dee Podesta is. He's a guy kind of behind the scenes controlling everything, and maybe Jimmy, for whatever reason, just says, hey, keep everyone in line with the program. I don't know.
All right, Keith, hold on another second. Be right back. 3rd and 3, Bengals. Burrow out of the shotgun.
Making a nice play there on the middle is Briggs able to dump Brown for a loss of 2. But you look at Browns since week 9, only Saquon Barkley and Jamar Chase have more scrimmage yards in the NFL. So he has been a big catalyst in this offense. Yeah, and you can see ability to hit big plays, and he hasn't had to do it in this game, but I thought last week especially, really a good job of avoiding contact at the line of scrimmage to pick up extra yards after that contact. Browns rush 4, Burrow protected, Burrow feeling the hit, flicks it up the seam, looking for Higgins for a dangerous play. With Burrow just feeling some pressure there towards the tail end. He had a chance, and that is his first incompletion in his first 9 attempts. The Bengals are going to try a field goal. Yeah, watch. You're going to see T. Higgins. He is wide open over the middle. And just because the pass rush, really good job on this bottom side, but just because of the pass rush inside, Joe Burrow had all the time in the world, but just couldn't see a wide open T. Higgins in the middle of the field. So here's Kate York. Of course, everyone in Cleveland remembers him. The man they took with a 4th-round pick 2 years ago. Ended up flaming out a couple of other stops, brought him back for a second stint. He's kicking here for a 3rd straight week.
Wow, Cade York with a missed field goal. Big surprise.
Good snap, good hold, but York just hooked it to the left.
Okay.
Did you see who their kicker is?
Okay, hold on. I did see. We benched the guy that's missing all of his kicks now.
No, the Bengals kicker's Cade York. He just missed one.
Oh, now who is our kicker for today?
Oh, shit! I forget the guy's name. Is it Patterson? Riley Patterson or something like that?
Let me double
I
check.
could be way off.
They're not even showing it because he hasn't tried a kick. But where's the roster?
Yeah, because Hopkins, I don't know what happened to him this year, but yeah, Bengals have Cade. I'm like, oh, there's Cade York. He's not going to make this. And sure enough,
Yeah, Dustin Hopkins. He was like our superstar.
yeah. And then this year he took Cade York lessons or something and can't make a kick to save his life.
I know, really weird.
You know what's weird? I can't believe all these teams still like give Cade York a shot. It's like they don't get it. They must see something in him that.
He's got physical tools.
Yeah,
well,
remember that
recommended into the league.
Remember that first game against the Panthers when the Browns played Baker for the first time and he kicked that like 60-something yard field goal to win?
I was rooting for Baker in that game, by the way. I really upset my friend. I was at his house watching the game. He's like, I'm not going to have you in here cheering against my Browns.
But remember, Baker looked like shit on Carolina, and then he finally came around when the Rams picked him up. But after that kick,
looked like shit. I didn't blame Baker for Carolina.
Yeah.
If the Browns would have cut Baker Mayfield and let him sign on, he could have went and been the starter with the Colts, the Falcons, the Steelers. There was a list of maybe 5 to 10 teams that were ready to make a switch, and he would have had his choice. And he could have went to a stable organization in a good situation. The Browns did him dirty.
They just turn it over again. No, it was a sack. All right. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Cade York made that amazing kick and then never did anything after. He couldn't make anything after that.
Mm-hmm.
It was really weird. And it's also weird that all these teams keep picking him up, and he's had success nowhere.
Yeah, we were ready to build a statue to Cade York, remember?
Yeah. Didn't we pick him up in like the 4th round or something in the draft?
4th, maybe 5th.
Yeah, some like way early round for a kicker.
Let me look it up. Cade York was taken with the 124th pick. That is the 4th round. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
124 overall. Let's go across the league. Let's look at some fantasy football, shall we? Are you playing fantasy football?
Oh, all my teams suck this year, so I'm out of all my leagues.
Yeah,
injury bugs, and there's like really only one league I keep close attention to because that's like the big money league, and then a couple secondary leagues. And I won the league, was it 3 years ago? And then the last 2 years, just injuries have just completely derailed my team, and it seemed like every decision I made this year was wrong.
Oh God, I know the feeling. Now, what constitutes a big money league?
Oh, it's not that much really. It's like 125 buy-in.
Okay. Gotcha. Let me run through the league real quick. Let's just go to the Gamecast and see what we got here.
I think Saquon scored a touchdown already.
Now, hold on. Why is Kenny Pickett in the game?
He played yesterday.
Wait, what?
Steelers played yesterday.
No. He's on Philadelphia. Why is he?
Oh, Kenny Pickett. I was getting it mixed up with Pickens. I don't know. Did Hurts get hurt?
That would be ironic. Let me check X.
Or was it just one of those gimmick plays where they put him in? I don't know.
It only takes a minute to make a plan. Take a minute, make a plan. Never dramatic.
Latest on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts got hurt, and Kenny Pickett immediately throws a touchdown.
Ah, all right.
Being evaluated for a concussion. It's like they did a bench press on his head and pushed his head into the turf. That's a shitty play from that Commanders player. Who is that dirtbag?
They get flagged for it, I would assume.
Don't know. Being evaluated for a concussion. I'd say he's fine.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts going down, like that's probably my only chance to win my fantasy league, my dynasty league.
Yeah.
I had some pretty poor performances to get things started, and I was really relying on Hurts. So I hope he gets back in the game. I hope he's okay. They're up 14-0 on the Commanders. Giants have a lead. We'll take that because I want the Falcons to lose to help Baker Mayfield, and I want the Falcons to lose, and I want the Giants to win to help the Browns draft pick. All right, 3rd and 11 out of the shotgun. Dorian Thompson-Robinson throws incomplete. He threw it at the knees and shins of Elijah Moore. You know, I don't see anything out of this guy, Keith.
Me neither.
I don't know.
He had that good preseason last year, but granted, he's playing against the guys that are working at a car wash now. But
Right.
And
Plumbers,
I
firefighters.
like what I saw of him in preseason, but I mean, I never thought he could be a starter in the league or anything. I mean, he's almost one of those guys who like Cribs or something could probably put in at wideout or something, or
Yeah, like a what was the guy's
like a
name on the
scat
Steelers?
back or-
Lash.
yeah,
Cornell Stewart.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so the Browns kicked it. Bengals got the ball. They're up 7-0 at the beginning of the second quarter. All right, continuing here. What do we got? Okay, so yeah, Giants with the touchdown. Drew Lock. Look at that. Drew Lock with a touchdown.
Nice.
Good for him. And we want the Falcons to lose, and we want the Giants to win. So if that continues, I'll be a very happy camper there. Carolina, they're up 7-3. That's good as well because Carolina is one of those 3-win teams. If the Browns lose and some of these other ones win, we could improve our draft stock a little bit. Chuba Hubbard with a rushing touchdown on the day. So we'll take that. They're up 7-3 on the 7-7 Arizona Cardinals. By the way, any thoughts on these games as I rattle them off?
Not really. I mean, I honestly haven't really been paying attention to any of the other games today, and now that I'm out of fantasy, I really don't follow the other ones as close, but
and that's why I like fantasy. It forces me to pay attention to the entire league.
It does. It makes the season a lot more fun because I guess I should have put a few bets down just to pay attention, but that's why the season's fun because, you're always into, whoever's playing Sunday night or Monday night or Thursday night because either you or your opponent will have someone on that team,
Yeah, it's a reason to watch.
Exactly. And that's what makes it more fun when you have a vested interest.
My friend Darren Campo. Do you know Darren? He's in the Unhappy Hour group.
I've seen his name, yeah.
Yeah, he's I saw him on ESPN. He was on with World Series of Poker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He got to play. He's a good mathematician. He's a fan, super fan. He was at the Buckeye game yesterday as well. What a great game. We can talk about the Buckeye game, but yeah, Darren's like, no, I root for my team. I root for the Browns. That's it. I'm like, what a miserable experience you're choosing to. If you play fantasy, now you have 100 reasons to kind of root for players, root against players.
Yeah, exactly.
You're at least
makes it
about
fun.
a full league. And I said, by the way, with the Browns being completely eliminated, there's no point really watching this. I can cheer against the Ratbirds. I'll always root against Baltimore. I can root against Schittsburg because, of course. I can root for Baker and the Buccaneers. I can root for the Lions and the Bills because, man, those fan bases need a Super Bowl. Like, how miserable to choose to only root for the Browns and ignore all the other compelling storylines. You're allowed to be a fan of more than one thing.
Exactly. And I just enjoy watching, especially after you watch bad football all year, I kind of like watching good football, whether, even though it's not the Browns. That's why I like watching the playoffs,
Playoffs? Yeah,
playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
I just hope we're going to win a game. Yeah, that's
another issue I wanted to bring up, kind of unrelated to football, but how about that stupid Josh Naylor trade?
Okay, let's talk about Naylor in a second. I was just going to say, you like watching these other teams like, wow, I finally get to watch good football. That's our Christmas present to ourselves.
Yeah.
For having to put up with the Browns. Hey, at least we get some nice football. We can watch Josh Allen put up 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, is that what it's like? Okay, let me finish running through the league, then we'll get to Josh Naylor. Look, the Browns defense held him there. It's only a 7-0 game. Fair catch. They catch it at the 22. Browns will take over. Prochet with the catch there. Yeah, hey, how about Kadarius Toney? They bring him in to muff a punt and get a flag thrown on him, and he gets cut.
Yeah.
Again, that's an Andrew Berry decision to bring that clown in. Why are we keeping Andrew Berry?
I don't know. I mean, I like Dorsey. I wish they wouldn't have. I mean, he made one really bad decision with that, Freddie Kitchens, but he knew how to draft players and bring good players in.
I don't know that Freddie Kitchens was the entirety of the reason why we couldn't get it going. I think Beckham being mixed in there was a big train wreck. And yeah, in hindsight, that didn't work out. Why not move him back to offensive coordinator? And we should have kept Greg Williams at head coach and should have had Freddie Kitchens at offensive coordinator. There was no
I agree about Greg Williams 100%. I mean, I guess the reason from the rumors I've heard is Myles Garrett didn't like him, so that's why they got rid of Greg Williams. But,
really?
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but I like Greg Williams. I mean, the guy was borderline nuts, which I kind of like, and and he had those guys playing good after they got rid of Hugh Jackson, so.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson that wouldn't start Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just this team is just one train wreck after another, and then as soon as you get a little hope, then like last year, okay, we made the playoffs, got smoked in the playoff game. Okay, fine, we'll use that as a stepping stone, and then they just go backwards. It's crazy.
That's just you know what? And for everybody that's a Baker hater, come on, grow up already. You lost the bet. You totally lost. It's obvious Baker's a talented player. But they show that Baker Mayfield cycle. Beats an inferior team, gets cocky, loses to a good team. It's a Baker Mayfield cycle. What about the Kevin Stefanski cycle? Why don't they say that every year? Makes playoffs, disappoints, high draft pick, screws up the draft pick, then they beat inferior.
We haven't even had a high draft pick in 3 years.
Okay, all right, yeah, that part. Okay, let me tear through the rest of these games and we can move on. Oh, by the way, we have an update. The Redskins have scored. Jaden Daniels. What did he do? Jamison Crowder with a 6-yard pass from Jaden Daniels. It's a 7-14 game. Kenny Pickett has now thrown an interception, 1 touchdown, 1 interception on 4 passes. Wow. 50% of his 4 plays resulting in either a touchdown or interception for Pickett. Interesting statistic. So anyway, there's that.
Those are like Winston numbers.
Yeah, no shit. Carolina is added points. This is good. They're up 13-3 on the Cardinals. Browns on their first play, gain of 3 up the middle. A whole lot of nothing happening there. Scoring action with the Colts. They have now scored a touchdown. Anthony Richardson, 5-yard rush. And the Mason Rudolph play, that was a 38-yard touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley. Yeah, Mason Rudolph to Calvin Ridley. I did not have that on my bingo board to start the season.
Nope.
By any stretch. The Bears are.
I didn't know Mason Rudolph was still in the league.
I know. You know how Jose Ramirez ended the career of Tim? Down goes Anderson. Down goes Anderson. I thought Miles sort of ended the career of Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. I mean, after that, he
Dorian Thompson Robinson, no pocket awareness, gets sacked again. This is an indictment on Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry. Okay, moving on. Bears, they're 4-10 on the year. We want them to win, but the Lions have 13 points on the board. Jahmyr Gibbs with a rushing touchdown. Jake Bates with 2 field goals there. The Jets, the New York Football Jets, are up on the Los Angeles Rams. I want the Jets to win as well. They're up 6-0. Aaron Rodgers has a touchdown pass to Devontae Adams. They are really coming around. It's like the good old days now with those teams, with those players on those teams. I kind of like it. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. Anybody that stood up to the COVID craziness. Oh my God, this pass went right in between 5 Bengals players for Dorian Thompson Robinson. Airmailed it.
Oh God.
There is nothing better that Dorian Thompson Robinson brings to the game compared to Jameis Winston. There's not.
No, that's what I was saying. I mean, maybe they're just going for the draft pick at this point. I don't know. I mean, like I said, the same thing I said earlier. I don't think DTR gives you a better chance to win than Winston.
No.
Oh, good God, that was a terrible throw.
By the way, breaking news: Saquon Barkley, 68-yard touchdown run. They're up 21.
Man, that guy's tearing it up this year. I think the Giants are kind of turning into the Browns as a failure of a franchise. They haven't been good since since they had Eli Manning.
Did Daniel Jones take him to the playoffs once a couple years ago?
I don't recall.
One of the key differences from this team and last year's defense. Isaiah Williams gonna fight his way to.
I mean, that Malik Neighbors could be good if they found a decent quarterback.
Marquez and Hendrickson getting fired up down on that Bengals sideline. 7-0 Bengals as we play early second quarter on CBS.
I'm looking up trying to find. It's giving me results I didn't search for. I guess that's my fault for using Google, huh?
Yeah. It's a terrible search engine.
Okay, January 1, 2023, the Giants clinched a playoff berth
Oh, okay.
first time since 2016.
Okay. So maybe they've done a little better. It just seems like they've been really bad lately.
And it says the Giants defeated the Vikings in the wild card round, marking their first postseason game since their victory at Super Bowl in whatever that is. Man, I do not know Roman numerals. I do not have that committed to memory. I'm like 50 L V 4 50. What's L? What is L?
Yeah.
Roman numerals.
Isn't L like 50?
X.
I know X is 10, V is 5, and
Oh.
I is 1. And then after that, I get a little foggy on my Roman numerals.
Yeah, I never figured that out.
It's like, when you see those old films and they have like copyright MMMMCXV. It's like, I don't know what those M's are.
McMillanix is okay, so XLVI is 46th Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like X means, I'm guessing, X means 50. L after the X means you subtract 10 and then add 6?
Because I thought X was 10. Yeah, X was 10. But maybe if an L's next to it, it changes it. I don't remember. Math was never my forte.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. I'm doing this all wrong. All right. XLVI. The L
is L 40?
Okay, so L minus X.
So 50, L's 50, then minus X is 10, right?
That's 50 minus 10 plus I.
41, right?
Plus I. 5 plus 1. So it's 40 plus 5 plus 1, which is 46. VI is 6.
Yeah, VI is 6. 5 plus
and then
1.
XL means 50 minus 10.
So that'd be 40 then, right?
It's Super Bowl 46.
Okay. So XLVI, right?
Do you always subtract? How do you know when you subtract the number after the number?
I don't know.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcons have put 10 points on the board. Not good. Wow, what a catch. Jamar Chase, a one-handed behind his back, ducks underneath the Browns defender, takes another 10 yards upfield. What a catch. They're showing Saquon Barkley has 2 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, he had a 2-yarder earlier. I saw that. I had him on my fantasy team, so I keep getting the alerts.
That was a nice catch for Jamar.
I'm about to see it now.
Whew. That is a good one.
Oh, wow. Reminds me of that number 4 for Ohio State that can make those one-handed catches. What's his name?
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's talk about the Buckeye game. Did you watch?
Yeah, that was a great game. I was expecting it to be a lot closer than it was, but it was kind of nice to see him just dominate. I think Ryan Day was pissed over that Michigan, and the players are pissed over that Michigan debacle. And
yeah, and guess what? I mean, all you need is a ticket to the playoffs. There's nobody in the playoffs I'm scared of. We have as much NFL talent as anybody else there, and we got more of an axe to grind.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think a rematch against Oregon. I mean, that Oregon game was close. It's just Ohio State had terrible clock management at the end.
Yeah. And that's coaching.
Yep. And, I mean, I think Ryan Day now wants to prove himself. And with the 12-team playoff, losing one game isn't the end of the world, or even 2 games, really, but
I think I like this version the best out of
Yeah, I
all
like
the
it too.
versions. We've been, there's always an undefeated team from some bullshit conference that wants in, or like Army, Navy, or Boise State, or Marshall, or something. Like, there's always some outside team. It's like, well, come on, give them a shot. And then you always hear, oh, they would get trounced by the 7th best team in the SEC. And you're like, yeah, maybe. Well, let's prove it. Let's put them out there.
Makes it like the basketball tournament where you sometimes have that, team from Loyola or something, and they make the Final Four. I think it makes it a little more interesting because you never know. Maybe Boise State will come in there and kick everyone's ass. I
dated a girl from Loyola Marymount. That was, I think I worked there a few times too, Loyola, over in Los Angeles.
I thought it was in Chicago, the Loyola in Chicago.
Well, there's multiple.
Yeah, with the one with the old nun that's always at the basketball games.
Yeah, Loyola Marymount is in Los Angeles. Loyola is in Chicago.
All right.
And then there's Loyola University. That's a private university in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Then there's Loyola University New Orleans, which is a private university in New Orleans, and Loyola Law School. Yeah, my brother used to work Loyola all the time. The guy who ran that place loved him, and so he was always requested. He was his favorite person. Victor, my friend. Victor, my friend was his name.
Victor, my friend.
He'd always go, oh, my friend, my friend. So it's Victor, my friend. Burrow rolling out, gets blasted, incomplete pass, aiming at Chase. Chase had a chance, but the pressure got to Burrow. Burrow takes a lot of hits, man.
Yeah, he does.
He takes a lot of hits.
He's just looking. They're calling the play for the first time. Yeah, Chase and Emerson.
I thought that meme earlier this year with that mentioned, why is Joe Burrow dressed like a lesbian? That was hilarious.
God, I saw a side, but yeah, he's kind of doing like the Kevin. Oh man, did he get hit? If I'm a few seconds ahead, wait till you see that final slowdown. He just takes it right in the chest. All right, second and goal. Shotgun, rips it, incomplete.
Yeah, he does. Look, this team and Burrow, they do such a good job.
T. Higgins, no dice. I'd love to see some Jamar Chase action here. If they're going to score, that's my fantasy team.
Yeah, it's always funny when you're at, watching a Browns game and one of your fantasy guys is on the other team. You're like, all right, I need him to score a couple. Give him a couple garbage touchdowns at the end.
It really does warp the brain. I will admit that.
Yeah.
So Devin Bush, 65 tackles on the season. I mean, we haven't had much at linebacker for a long time.
Well, JOK going down didn't help
I
either.
know.
I really like JOK, and I don't know if he's going to come back.
Touchdown.
Sounds like that injury was pretty serious.
Andre Yosivas, touchdown. Wide receiver, 80. Browns trail 13-0. So yeah, did you watch all of that Buckeye game yesterday? Like, were you?
Yeah, I saw the vast majority. I was at a friend's house and they had it on, and it was like an unrelated party. But yeah, I saw the vast majority of it.
So what kind
of? Yeah, I mean, they were dominant.
Yeah, they really had a good chance to go up 28-0, but then there was that weird interception in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I thought that guy was out. But the replay showed he was in, but I mean, that was close.
I agree. I thought he was obviously out. The replay showed he was barely in, but the replay showed that Jeremiah Smith had somebody completely wrapped around him before the ball even got there. So if you're the referee and you could either call an interception on something that you missed your pass interference on or call the interception, why don't you just call it a wash?
I don't know. I mean, what's
give that to them and reward them for mugging the wide receiver like they did? They can't.
Are they only allowed to
Buckeyes receivers?
Like, for example, let's say I'm Ohio State and I challenge, or I don't know if the play is challenged. Are they only allowed to review what's specifically being challenged, or if they discover something else, can they say, "Oh, but by the way, we noticed this, and that's a penalty," and but. And I don't know how it works in the NFL either. Like, you throw a red flag, say, "Hey, was that an interception? Did he get both feet in?" And let's say they discover, "Hey, you can see another guy getting interfered with." I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that called, so I don't know if they're allowed to do that or if they're only allowed to just look at what's being the specific thing being reviewed.
My understanding is that they don't do that. They're forbidden to do that.
Okay, that's what I
And again,
kind of thought.
come on, we're humans, and if you miss one, you're supposed to balance it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're supposed to, but I think you're supposed to, especially if you miss an obvious one. And that was my Annie Agar. Do you know Annie? She's that lady, does all those sports clips, and she'll put on the hats of all the teams. And she's talking to herself like a recap of all the games.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that before.
And I was just scrolling, and she just made a quick post, one sentence, where it goes, "Where was this against Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Where was this team?" And I made the observation yesterday that Chip Kelly running the offense. I guess Chip Kelly used to be, am I understanding it right? Chip Kelly used to be the offensive coordinator when Ryan Day was the coach or the quarterback at New Hampshire, something like that.
Yeah. Or was he the head coach there possibly even?
Yeah, we need.
I don't remember.
Hey, Jamie, look that up. Tell me who was the. We need Jamie. We need a Jamie like Rogan has. Hey, Jamie, why don't you look up Ryan Day? Who is his head coach? But I was saying we need to be a run it once and throw it 2 times team. In football, it's just kind of standard that you use the running game to open up the passing game.
Yeah.
That's just kind of like 3 yards in a cloud or 4 yards in a cloud of dust, whatever that was. But that's not the case. When you have wide receiver university with what Brian Hartline's bringing in there with Emeka Ibuka and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith reminds me of Josh Gordon, by the way.
Oh yeah, that guy's great.
Not in a way that he's totally ripped like Gordon, but like it looks like he's a man playing against boys.
Oh yeah, he's only 17 years old when the season.
He's like 17, 18. And but I was saying every time the Buckeyes threw the ball to Michigan, they were committing a pass interference. So throw it every fucking play. They can't stop them. So I don't want to see 2 runs and 1 pass. I want 2 passes and 1 run. The passes are going to open up the runs. And it looked like Chip Kelly got the memo. It looked like they were calling a different game, thankfully.
Yeah.
It made all the world of difference to me.
Oh, yeah. And, it could be they just had a terrible game plan against Michigan that didn't work, and they said, well, we're not doing that one again.
Which makes the Buckeyes extremely dangerous in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous.
And you mentioned the pass interference. I know Watson isn't our favorite quarterback, but I remember I was at a game last year, and you see a lot of the stuff they don't show on TV. And one thing I thought he did smart was he would identify someone being interfered with, and he'd just throw the ball right at him so the ref would see it and then flag,
Who did this, you said?
Deshaun Watson. A game I remember specifically against the Tennessee Titans last year. And I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of a smart move, You see the guy getting interfered with, just lob the ball to him and move down the field any way you can get down the field,
By the way, Jack Sawyer on the Dorian Thompson-Robinson with a nice run for a first down there. I mean, fine, if that's going to be the extent of what he does. We're going from a passing team to just quarterback scrambles. This sucks. But Jack Sawyer on the Buckeyes called Ryan Day the best coach in college football yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, let's see who else is out there. Saban's gone, Urban's gone. We those 2 are legends. Who else would be a better coach out there?
Okay, Chip Kelly was a first-year offensive coordinator, and Ryan Day was his first quarterback.
Okay.
Back then, before Kelly's ingenuity made him one of the most coveted play callers in the country, he was an anonymous figure in the football universe, a 35-year-old former New Hampshire defensive back working at his alma mater.
Okay.
So that's interesting that Ryan Day brought him along to the Buckeyes. Like that used to be his coach, his offensive.
Well, didn't they originally bring in like Bill O'Brien, and then he got a head coaching job somewhere like 2 days later?
Yeah, didn't he go to Texas maybe or Penn State or something?
No, it was some random team. I want to say, was it Boston College maybe? But yeah, he took some head coaching job at some he got hired and then took some head coaching job like 2 days later. But I think maybe bringing Chip Kelly in worked out for the better overall. But
Colts have taken a 14-7 lead Taylor, 112 yards rushing and a touchdown. Detroit's up 20-0 on the Bears. Yeah, where did Bill O'Brien? Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah.
3rd and 12 for the Browns. Oh, the shotgun, DTR, looking, scrambling, rolling, pointing, looking, scrambling, getting hit, gain of 4. That's a great gain of 4 when you need 12.
Yep. Well, I liked before Watson got hurt, every 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 or 4th and 1 and 2, Stefanski would put Winston in for the quarterback sneak. Almost
Yeah,
every
that
time.
was his
It's like-
thing. And I guess Winston now, he's inactive for the game. That's what they did before they started him, right?
Yeah. They say he can be an emergency quarterback if needed, I guess. But
Yeah.
see, if you're going to do a quarterback sneak and you have a choice of Winston or Watson, I would actually go with Watson because isn't he taller? So I don't know. But if a simpleton like me can know what the play is before,
Hang on.
before
before
it happens,
if a
I'm sure the other
simpleton like
team can
me,
figure it out.
yeah, the so-called brightest minds in the world, why can't they get anything right?
Yeah.
I love the fact the Buckeyes get a rematch against Oregon. That was
that's gonna be
game.
great.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda won, and we were leading that game most of the time.
Yeah, like I said, that last drive was terrible clock management.
All right, here's a question I have for you.
Sure.
Will Howard as the next quarterback of the Browns?
Can't be any worse than what we got now.
Okay.
You know who I want him to? I mean, I doubt. Well, I don't know where we're even in line for the draft at this point. But if we could pick up that, I would take Travis Hunter. I mean, that guy plays both sides of the ball, and you can use him as a DB. You can throw him in there on offense.
I wonder who. Let's see if we can pull up a 2025 NFL mock draft.
Because there's really not. They're saying this year's draft class isn't that great at quarterback. Do you pick up Cousins for
No.
a year or two as a bridge gap? No.
No, he didn't look good this year. He did not look good this year. I'm trying to get. All right, who do we got? So I'm on USA Today. They have the Raiders taking Cam Ward out of Miami.
Oh yeah, he's one that they've been talking about.
They have the Giants taking Shadur Sanders.
Honestly, this might be my best sport.
They have the Patriots taking Travis Hunter at 3.
Okay.
Jaguars taking Mikael Williams, edge rusher out of Georgia.
Edge rusher might not be a bad idea if Miles is out the door.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about a world where that's a potentiality. That would be so disappointing if that actually happened. They have the Panthers taking Abdul Carter, edge rusher, Penn State.
So that's what, 5 picks already? 6 picks?
Yeah, on number 6, the Titans taking Tataria McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona.
Wow, there's a lot of bad teams this year, aren't there?
There are. The Browns are like top 10, but there's a lot of 3 and 4 win teams.
Jeez.
Burrow escaping. Oh my gosh, how does he get that pass off? First down, 15-yard play to the tight end, Sample. Good grief. Buckeyes were all over that, but could not bring Burrow down. They have the Browns taking a defensive lineman, Mason Graham from Michigan.
I don't know. I mean, there's so many needs. Yeah, I guess you just got to go with best available player, whoever that may be.
Yeah, I
And
want
to be honest, I mean, I watch college football, but I'm not quite as. I watch NFL a lot more closely. So some of these guys I don't know of as much, but
fact. Yeah, how could anybody watch all of them?
yeah, I mean, there's guess there's people that are really into college and keep track of all that stuff. But there's just too many teams to keep track of all these, you know. Then you have like some random guy at like a Mac school or something, you know.
See, I don't even see Will Howard on this list. What year is Will Howard? Oh
I
God,
thought
they
he
got
had
him
another year. I thought he had another year left, to be honest.
okay, they have him height, weight. What? They have him ranked as the 15th best quarterback in the draft.
Oh, okay. So maybe he is going out this year.
I'll tell you what, he kind of looked okay.
Yeah, he looks decent.
Obviously, he has the best receivers in all of college football.
Yeah. You know, the other interesting thing is now with all this, you know, NIL and paying the players, you see some guys stay behind in college because they get paid more than if they went to the draft.
That's wild. Yeah, there's always unintended consequences anytime you enact anything, it's a crapshoot to figure out how it's going to shake out.
Yeah.
What did Rumsfeld say? There are known unknowns and unknown unknowns.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got Will. Will Howard is 6'4", 235, runs a 4.85 40. They got him listed as the 15th ranked overall quarterback.
Yeah, if he's 15th, you could probably get him in the later rounds and see how it pans out, you know?
On the previous page where they ranked the quarterbacks, because it's got to be at the very top of our list. DTR ain't it. Jameis can't stop throwing interceptions, but 500 yards is 500 yards. If you have decent defense, you win those games.
Yeah, I mean, is that where coaching comes in? How's come no one can teach this guy to limit the interceptions, or is he just uncoachable? I don't know.
That's a fair question. I mean, he did win a Heisman. He knows how to play, but yeah, he's
been in the league, what, 10 years now or close to that? 7 or 8 years?
I know. He was in the league when I started my first dynasty league. I took 2 quarterbacks. I'm like, oh, they're like second-year players. They're pretty good. I think in a dynasty, having these guys for the next 15 years is going to be great. I took Jameis Winston and I took Derek Carr.
Yeah.
It did not pan out all that well. And some idiot took Tom Brady, who ended up playing for like 7 more seasons. So go figure. Well, the top-ranked quarterbacks next year, at least according to this NFL draft buzz that I pulled up. Let me just share this tab. I mean, we're watching the Browns, but are we really watching the Browns? I mean, we're here. We're just going to see how it plays out. But, like, we're not super excited. We don't have money on it. We're not – there's nothing on the line. We're not going to make the playoffs. Even if we knock the Bengals out of the playoffs, it's like they're not even in the play.
No, Brian, is what this is. It's like a bad addiction. You know, you can't shake. It's for some dumb reason. I still watch this team every week, even though it's garbage. I can't help myself.
Factory of sadness. All right, the top-ranked quarterbacks, according to NFL Draft Buzz. And by the way, did you see the video? You were talking about the Giants earlier, where Shadur Sanders was throwing the ball to Malik Neighbors in New York?
I think I did see that, yeah.
It was like they were outside of some building downtown, and there were like tour buses and team buses or whatever. And yeah, Shadur Sanders was chopping it up, throwing it to Malik Neighbors. So I find that very interesting for what it's worth. They have Shadur Sanders, number 1. Cam Ward out of Miami, number 2. Jalen Milroe, number 3. Quinn Ewers, former Buckeye, at number 4. Carson Beck, Georgia, number 5. Dylan Gabriel, Oregon, number 6. Curtis Rourke, Indiana, number 7. Cade Klubnik, Clemson, number 8. Jackson Dart, 9, Ole Miss. Riley Leonard, 10, Notre Dame. Donovan Smith, 11. What is that? UH. Is that Houston or Hawaii?
Houston, I think. Hawaii's like a green color.
Another former Buckeye, Kyle McCord, out of Syracuse, former Buckeye, at number 12.
I never even heard about him this year. Did he even do it? I guess he did all right. But
yeah, he did. Joe Burrow running it. Oh, my gosh. It's like a 30-yard run, 20-yard run, something like that.
Remember when Syracuse was good, like back in the day when they had Donovan McNabb? And I remember jumping up and down saying the Browns should draft Donovan McNabb and not Tim Couch. And, well,
would Tim Couch have been a Super Bowl winner on the Eagles?
Possibly. I mean, I know he got Cleveland ruined his career, but
Myles Garrett in on the sack. That moves him back 10 yards. Well done. Other quarterbacks of note, Kevin Jennings, the number 13th quarterback out of Boise State. Brady Cook out of Missouri, number 14. And then Will Howard. I don't know. I was watching Will Howard, and he actually looked like a pro quarterback yesterday.
yeah, he looked good. What about? I know I've seen it on the Facebook page. Talking about the running that Boise. I forget his name. The Boise State running back. And then I was watching the
Ashton Gianti, is that his name?
Yeah,
Gianti?
that's it. But I was watching the not Pac-12. They're gone. What league is Arizona State in now? Big 12 or something? I can't.
Oh my God, I lost track of every team in their league.
Yeah, I was watching one of the championship games, and they had some running back that he was tearing it up. He reminded me of Peyton Hill. It's like he's a white guy and big build.
The White Rhino.
Seteo or something was his name, or I forget. But man, that kid looked good.
Well, the running backs, they got Ashton Gianti, number 1, Boise State. Omarion Hampton, North Carolina, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Johnson, was that Iowa? Am I sharing? Hang on, am I sharing this? Because we need a running back too.
Yeah, we need a running back. So I'm thinking if that guy's not listed high, you might be able to pick the Arizona State guy later in the draft if he's available and give it a shot.
Yeah, they got Dylan Sampson. He was the injured running back for Tennessee.
Yeah.
He got injured pretty quick. Ooh, Browns are showing an all-out blitz here. They're in. Burrow launches it into the sidelines. Good pressure there. Atlanta's taking a 17-7 lead, unfortunately. Interception returned for a touchdown. Jay Bates the third. Yeah, they got Jordan James, Oregon at number 5, and then 2 Buckeyes, Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins, 6 and 7.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea to pick one, the hometown favorites.
Yeah, I mean, we need quarterback, we need running back, we need offensive line.
Well, what don't we need? I mean, the punter's good.
I'm gonna cry. We need to build our team around our punter. Play to our strength.
And that's a position you don't want to have to know if they're good or not.
Yeah, I know. It's like a plumber. It's like when you see him, you're like, hey man, I really appreciate you helping me out, but I hope I never have to see you again. It's like you never want to see, sir. It's like your mechanic. I love you, man, but God, I hope I don't have to see you anytime soon.
But I guess if you're a bad team, you need a good punter, which luckily we have. But...
Yeah, I know. Bajorquez might be the MVP of this team next to Miles, which is a damn shame.
Sure.
I guess offensive line. I don't know who's who, but
I don't either. But I mean,
line.
If all those big names like Sanders and Hunter and whoever else we mentioned, those first 7 picks are gone, and you might as well just go best O lineman and rebuild there. Because what's the point of drafting or signing a big name quarterback if they're just going to get rocked?
That's the Tim Couch effect.
Exactly, and almost every other quarterback we've had on this team.
They got Kelvin Banks from Texas as the number 1 offensive tackle. Wyatt Millum, West Virginia, number 2 tackle. Will Campbell, LSU tackle. Then Buckeye Josh Simmons at number 4 tackle. Cameron Williams, Texas tackle. Tate Ratledge, offensive guard, Georgia. So I don't know. I don't know these guys particularly, but you cannot miss and take a Jed Wills. How far did Jed Wills set our team back?
Him and DeJuan Jones kind of sucked this year before he got hurt.
He put on like 100 pounds.
Yeah. Last year, DeJuan Jones was good.
I know. But you got to take your conditioning seriously.
Yeah, and then
that's on coaching to keep an eye on your players. You have them weigh in. You keep it. What's going on with your diet? You got a problem? You need to get you in here. You can't stay at home. You're putting on weight. Like, where's the oversight?
I mean, honestly, it looked like
that's coaching.
Yeah, it looked like this year they Stefanski first game said, "All right, everyone go out there," and It looked like they didn't have any training camp whatsoever. They looked unprepared all season. Started game 1. And I kept saying, like, I kind of get not playing your starters much in preseason, but not at all. I don't know. Oh, Cade York's back out there.
59-yard attempt.
Kick at the end of that first game for the Browns. And it's crazy to think how
I thought that career long 58. I thought that one he kicked in Carolina was further than that. Maybe not.
That looks good. That's good.
Shot here from 59, which would be a new career high. Yeah, and make sure if you're Cincinnati that this kick is short, you have to cover it because Cleveland does have a returner. I believe that's Denzel Ward. I believe that's Denzel Ward. Sits right under the uprights.
Isn't this fitting?
The kick has the distance.
Yeah, he did get that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a massive kick. So now it's a 17-point. I mean, look, the Browns are getting their brakes blown off.
Yeah.
They're playing for pride here.
Why couldn't he do that when he was with the Browns?
He did it once.
Once, yeah, he did it once.
He's a wonderful weapon with only one round chambered.
Yeah.
Maybe every half decade he gets to chamber a new round.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's talk about the Josh Naylor trade. I think it. Do you see who they got for him?
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's take a pause. Let's stretch our arms for a bit. Give it a couple moments. And then we'll come back. We'll talk about Josh Naylor. We'll talk about Carlos Santana.
Yeah, that's
we'll
part
talk
of it,
about
sort of.
What other moves did we make? We made
traded Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Toronto.
Yeah. That's a
And
huge. Did we figure out who we got back in that trade? We're everything. The dust is because there was another team involved.
Yeah, so we traded for.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to all of that time talk in a second. We'll take a pause here on the Unhappy Hour. We are watching the Browns get the brakes blown off of them.
Hi, this is Eric Metcalf, and you're watching.
Eric Metcalf, baby. The Unhappy Hour. All right, so yeah, we will take a momentary break, stretch out. I got a very hungry cat here that is excited to have a bite or two of my steak, but it'll upset his stomach if he has too much. So I got to give him some cat food. Let me put a ticker up here. Here we go. You're watching the Unhappy Hour. It's a commercial break, and I'll be right back. Let me change this. I'll say it's halftime. And I'll say we will be right back because we're here with Keith. All right. Uno momento.
This is reward enough. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
The 19 first low weather team will get you ready for everything.
Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to a lively Studio 43 of the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. JB, along with my guys, they love to get on my case. To the highlights we go. All right, listen, we have the Lions and the Bears. Check out this here. The big time throw, the great catch by Jameson Williams, pure speed, and it is a lead 20-7 for the Lions over the Bengals.
Yeah, scary time right here. You see right here, Jalen Hurts going down after this run gets hit right there in the head. And he is out for the rest of the game due to concussion protocol. Kenny Pickett's in. What's that going to work? The patience he has right now. Realize that he's blocking and having the Jets turn on, finish, run. That puts him at 21 seconds back to the Washington Commanders on the way. Jaden Daniels going back. Who's he look for? Scary. Terry McLaurin gets behind the defense right there. 32 yards out, 21-14. The Eagles are still up.
Mike Rams taking on the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers is going to buy a little bit of time off the play action here, rolling to his right, going to extend, and then find Devontae Adams in the back of the end zone. Beautiful throw. That was Rodgers' 499 touchdown pass. A little later on, though, Tyron Williams is going to take it 2 yards out. Right now, the Jets are on 96 on that. We have the Carolina Panthers at home facing the Cardinals. That'll open up one ball facing Weichner. Was they're looking good as of late. Says, you know what, I'm not going to pass it. I'm just going to keep it myself. Skates on in for the 22-yard TV. We ran for one. Threw for one. Right now it's the Panthers and the Cardinals. 20-10. All right, Giants taking on the Falcons. And Michael Penix making his debut as the starting quarterback. Right here. Drew Lock. Looking over the middle. Oh, that's he fake. Ooh, steps inside. Drew Lock right there. Takes out. Big six right there. Atlanta on top, 17-7 over the Giants. We have the Titans and the Colts. And we'll have Jonathan Thomas. I'd say Jonathan Taylor Thomas, because this is a little home improvement, because they are at home, but he is improving his offense. He's going to hold on to this one, guys. Not going to let it go. He's going to run hopefully into the locker room. They just scored right before half. They are at 24-7. Look at the Joe Burrow's having a game motion right here. Watch him get ready. He's going to go down. Nothing can touch. He steps up. He can still be able to find two, gets 2 yards out. Then all of a sudden, 6 yards out, he's going to find another third receiver. Andre Nosivas right from 6 yards out. Christian Brown right there. 17-0 right now. 38 touchdowns on the for Joe Burrow. Hey, talk about Joe Burrow. He has used everybody. You talk about a team he did everything. Right there. Joe Burrow and John Chase. Again, Joe Burrow.
These Masters wins. And they're 23. Right now, the defense will keep playing. It's too little too late this week. But I'll tell you what, they are playing their best football on the offensive side any year they've had. Yeah, they're definitely playing their best football. But Nate, you and I were talking about watching this game together. So you're wondering all the
Okay, so I was just looking up here the Andres Gimenez thing. So we traded Gimenez to the Blue Jays for Spencer Horowitz and some other guy, and then the Indians.
Now, remind me, who is Spencer Horowitz? What is this guy?
He was a first baseman with the Blue Jays.
Okay.
And then the Indians traded him right after to Pittsburgh for 3 pitchers. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, okay, sending Luis Ortiz and pitching prospects Michael Kennedy and Josh Hartle to the, well, of course they say Guardians, but I still call them the Indians. And I guess, yeah, if you're going to get 3 players, Indians traded Sandlin too, which whatever, that's probably not a huge loss, but I guess they're trying to build up their pitching staff. And then this Naylor thing, they traded for a guy, I already forget his name, but he had a 6 ERA. I think it was actually 6.66. It was like 2-7 last year with Arizona. So I can't figure that one out, but
6.66 in Arizona. Are we recapping the 2024 election debacle?
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. That's all coming together. I guess he was a former number 1 first round pick, and he did not have a good year. Yeah, ERA in the 6s. They're saying maybe they'll put him in the pen, or maybe they can. You know, sometimes you have a pitching coach that has you doing something different with your wind up, and you mess.
Well, the Indians historically are really good at developing pitching talent, so maybe they see something in them. And then my other thought, I don't know how accurate this is. I was just thinking about why would they do that? I mean, Naylor's a fan favorite, right?
Yeah.
Remember when they traded Kluber, and then Kluber was never the same? He always hurt. I'm wondering if they might know of some possible injury issues Naylor might have because he is overweight.
Well, he had the same conditioning issues that we were talking about with Orlando Brown. Not Orlando Brown, with DeJuan Jones. By the way, did I tell you that at the game that I went to, the Browns hosting the Ravens earlier this season, I met DeJuan Jones' mom, got a picture
Oh,
with
really?
her. Yeah.
That's awesome.
She was in my section, and she was there and with two of her other friends, and we just, hey, what's up, and blah, blah, blah. The one friend goes, do you know who this is? I'm like, a nice lady.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is DeJuan Jones' mom. And like on her shirt, it was like a picture of DeJuan and like a couple and I think I said, oh, he's put on a lot of weight this year, right? Because it's like we care about winning. And if you care about your own physical conditioning, it will help you. It's all said in love, I want my Buckeyes to do well in the pros, and I want my Browns to do well. But when you're out of shape, Naylor, man, he added, he chunked up quite a bit. Far
I know he's injured a couple
trash
times.
about anyone because I've come down from an all-time high once or twice. It's easy to put on 10 pounds. It's easy to put on 30 pounds, man. All you got to do is just have a couple of bad weeks, a couple of lazy weeks. And, man, for me, I got to stay on point. Right now I'm having some cottage cheese and 3 different types of organic produce. And that was going to be a question I have. We'll get back to Naylor in a second. But, Keith, can you think of – because you're also in the TNAM food and drink group, I believe.
Yes.
And can you think of any food that's fantastic when it's great, but awful when it's terrible?
Oh, geez. I'm sure if I thought about it, I could think of
my college roommate. I don't know if you ever met Brandon or not. I forget how everybody has been in which groups at which parties at which sporting events and where the overlap is. But I think he said things you never buy generic are like Q-tips, macaroni and cheese. Like the difference between a good one and a bad one is just so drastic.
I think I thought of one. Kielbasa and sauerkraut. If I have someone else make it, or cabbage and sauerkraut, or a mixture of all 3, when I get it at a restaurant or someone that knows what they're doing, it's really good. I've had it bad if they cook it right. I've had it from the same restaurant where it's really good one time and not so good the next. And when I try to make it, I always fail. But don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't think I rinsed the sauerkraut enough. But yeah, that's one where it could be hit or miss, in my opinion.
Berries. I grew up. Going to my grandparents' place. My dad's parents lived in Pennsylvania. So for Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, we would take trips a couple hours into Pennsylvania. And they lived on the train tracks. And not on, but in their backyard was the train tracks. That was like the end of their property. I think it went a little past the train tracks anyway, but they had a bunch of blackberries and raspberries. I mean, just rows and rows and rows of them. And you just get a big basket and you'd fill them up. Good raspberries, good blackberries, good blueberries. Oh my God. They're fantastic. But when you get bad ones.
I've been on a big blueberry kick lately. Yep. And when I get a bad batch, it's like the most disappointing thing in the world because they don't have flavor. See, I like mine where it has like a hint of purple on them and it's kind of sour. But then you get the ones that, that are overdone and they just have no flavor. And
so you like your blueberries almost like a Concord grape?
Yes.
I had a grapevine in my yard when I grew up in Brunswick.
Yeah. So I like them when they're nice and firm and, they're not squishy and all that. But it's like you can't really test them in the store,
I know.
So you take a risk every time.
So, and I had a watermelon from Trader Joe's that was very disappointing.
Yeah.
That was another one. I want to look up. Let's share this tab. This is the RBI leaders from last year. Make this as big as we can.
Naylor was top 7 or something like that, wasn't he?
And by the way, I do want to get to Shane Bieber coming back to the Indians too, because
I think that injury was a blessing in disguise because we hit him another year. But will he be the same? I don't know. But I thought for sure they were going to trade him
or let him go.
But the thing is, if they were in contention like they were this year, I figured they would probably keep him than just let him go to free agency. But
yeah, well, here if you take a look, you're looking at all of the Major League Baseball combined. By the way, Bengals with the kickoff to start the third quarter, up 17-0 on the Browns, or the Frowns, or the Clowns. Josh Naylor, 108 RBIs last year, number 8 overall. More RBIs than Schwarber, Vladimir Guerrero, Santander. I mean,
Yeah, I don't get this trade. But,
we just kind of gave him away.
well, like I said, the only thing I can think of is if they know something, some medical issue of his that they're able to keep under wraps or something, you know, or they don't like the fact that he's overweight. I don't know, but
well, he also had 31 home runs, which was
yeah, and he seemed to get hurt a few times over the season too. So I don't know if that's probably a condition. I'm assuming the weight doesn't help matters, but
look at that, Carlos Santana, number 49. He's coming back to Cleveland.
Yeah, yep, he is.
I mean, he only hit 238 last year, but I mean,
he gets a lot of walks though, doesn't he?
I mean, he's always had a great eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he started his career back in 2010. Look at that. Without looking. Don't look. Name the teams that Carlos Santana has played for besides the Indians.
Oh man, well, obviously the Twins.
Yes.
I want to say he was on Pittsburgh for a while.
Okay, don't look at the screen.
I'm not looking.
I'll tell you this much. He's been on.
It's been quite a few.
6 other teams besides the Tribe. Yes, you said the Twins because that's where he's leaving from, and you said Pittsburgh. He was on Pittsburgh in 2023.
Okay. Where did he go after the Indians?
Think what Jim Thome did.
Phillies.
He played on the Phillies for a year. Yes. Then he came back to Cleveland.
Okay, I forgot about that.
It's incredible.
All right, and who else did he play for? I can't seem to remember off the top of my head.
So he comes back to Cleveland in 2019.
Okay, I see.
He tied his home run high at 34 when he hit
Kansas City, Seattle. Okay, I vaguely remember him being on Seattle now. He was on the Brewers. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about how he went to Philly and then came back.
Yeah, now he's back on the Tribe.
Yeah. It's kind of fun this year with my work travels. I was able to hit up a couple MLB parks. Went to Minnesota was one of them. Milwaukee was another, and Pittsburgh was the third. I got to see Skeens pitch, which was kind of cool.
Well, when you said that we were getting a Pittsburgh pitcher back, I'm like, well, they know how to deal with pitchers, right?
Yeah. I saw Skeens' first major league loss, so I was at a historic game.
Remind me again, are you a card collector?
Well, funny you mentioned that because, of course, when I was a kid, in the late 80s, early 90s, but I'm starting to get back into it a little bit. I actually just bought a bunch of Manzardo cards. My neighbor and I were going to try to resell them when he gets good. And then I went on some online auctions actually this past week and got a bunch of cards I know nothing about. Some of them were racing cards, and I just want to start experimenting and see what sells on eBay and stuff like that. So
yeah, I just got a couple. I got a Kobe rookie, PSA 9, just like a standard one, under $100.
Yeah,
because I tend to get. I like basketball rookies. I got a Magic and Bird, Jordan, a LeBron. I just like some of the best of all time. I just want to. You can't go wrong with those players. Although, if LeBron's secrets come out,
yeah, that might. But though they're saying that, I've been kind of researching this, and they're saying well, even if it's bad news, it still might drive up the price, because it's hype. So, my neighbor and I just started talking about this a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, damn, we missed the Ricky Henderson thing. I don't want to profit off of anyone's demise, but it is what it is.
I think I have a Ricky Henderson rookie.
Yeah.
Rest
I got
in
a bunch
peace, Ricky.
I got a bunch of cards in the garage I need to sift through, but yeah, I don't know. Well, it's one of those deals where, like, you know how you just stumble across something on YouTube and you watch it, and then the algorithm starts,
The weird part of YouTube, yeah.
giving you the same thing. So I was watching something because, like, earlier this year here in Cleveland, they had like a big, huge, like, national sports card show, and I clicked on something to, watch it, and then I started, getting all the baseball card or all the sports card YouTube videos. So I started diving down that rabbit hole, and now I'm like, I kind of want to get cards again. So,
are you a member of our TNAM trading card group?
no, I didn't know there was one.
I know it's hard to keep track of our wheelings and dealings.
Yeah, we'll have to join that.
I'm going to invite you right now.
Awesome.
Because we're going to start doing a rips show.
Oh, awesome. I like watching the card break. But the thing that I still have to learn all the different, it seems like now, like, one card has like 10 different versions. Like, you got the refractor blue prism, and the orange paper, blah, blah, blah.
Cincinnati Bengal fans hoping for.
So yeah, on a whim, I was just like, texting with my next door neighbor. I'm like, hey, I just saw these Manzardo cards got listed. It's like, oh, let's pick him up and try to resell him when he gets good. If he gets good, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a fun gamble,
I'm addicted to it. Yeah, I like the gamble.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, let's look up a bunch of people are, a bunch of people are supposed to have breakout years. Go get them from the quarter dollar boxes or whatever, and see what we can do. Of course, as you know, I've been, in the postcard game on eBay for a while, and I basically just learned by watching YouTube videos and diving in and listing stuff and figuring out what sells and what doesn't.
All right, let me see here. I'm going to get you invited. Let's see.
Good style and kick. Crochet's going to play just inside the 20. It's a couple of blockers. It spins his way around the Cleveland.
Didn't throw a flag on that for a late hit?
Which one, on Miles?
No, Crochet on the punt return.
Well,
Someone
maybe that was
after it was already out of bounds.
Maybe that was a makeup for Miles hitting Burrow 5 yards out of bounds. He could have easily got flagged on that one.
Emergency pizza. A free pizza when you need it most.
All right, I invited you to TNAM. What's it called?
The trading card group. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Like I said, I'm just starting to kind of get back into it just after watching a bunch of YouTube videos and
look
by
at this
accident.
card. Whoa, hold on.
I can't see it very well.
It's George Costanza on the Yankees.
Oh, nice. I saw that the Yankees had a George Costanza bobblehead earlier this year.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know how they do PSA 10 rankings on the cards? Mm-hmm. They're in good condition. This one is a PSA 11. Because the Yankees put 11 after Mickey Mantle. Really clever. Really clever. One of my friends.
Did they give the donation to the Human Fund when you bought that card?
I love the name, the Human Fund. God, that's good. I did have
Festivus Miracle.
Oh, that's great. Festivus. When is Festivus? When is Festivus?
The 23rd. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah. I got to get my poll set up.
Yeah, me too. I always said I wanted to have a Festivus party, but it never came to fruition.
Bro, you only get one life this time around. Do it.
Yeah. You
could have the most craptacular one possible on no notice, and then it'll force yourself to be better than you did this year, next year.
Yep.
You got like 12 hours to put a party together. I believe in you, Keith.
Yep.
I had a friend get me a because he says that I tell my high school football stories too much.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I was awesome on undefeated teams and he wasn't. Maybe he's just jelly. But he gave me an Al Bundy rookie card.
Nice. I scored 4 touchdowns one game. Polk High School.
And he gave me a jersey, an Al Bundy Polk High School jersey, which
Nice.
is very funny.
Yeah, you see, it was what happened to me in playing football. It was like I started where I lived at the time. You know, you started in 4th grade, and then I remember 5th and 6th grade, I was actually pretty decent, and then everybody grew except for me. And then like 7th grade, I got my ass kicked, and I'm like, this sucks, because I didn't have a growth spurt till like 9th grade, and by that time I was out of it too long, and I'm like, yeah, guess there's no point in getting back into it.
By the way, DTR in the first half and this drive here, 4 of 7 for 18 yards.
Oh, he's really throwing bombs.
How is this an improvement over Jameis? I know Jameis like has thrown interceptions, but how is this better?
No, it's not better.
Absolute indictment on Barry Stefanski, who refused to work with Baker Mayfield and thought they could do better. This is not better.
No, it's as I said at the beginning, DTR does not give you a better chance to win the game. So I think one of two things is happening here. They're either just, going for the draft pick at this point, or they're just being petty with Winston for throwing the interceptions, which granted, you can't throw that many interceptions, but are you really going to sit him just to make your point? I mean, I don't know. Do you think Stefanski's that petty?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Stefanski single team TJ Watt to get Baker Mayfield hurt in the last game Baker was there.
No, that's true.
He sacked Baker like 12 times. They were trying to get him hurt to prove a message, to send a point. Send a message, prove a point.
That was a good catch there by Ford.
I mean, that was run right, run left, run right, run left,
Yeah.
Close your eyes and chuck it up. That's the thing that Patrick Mahomes has made a career out of, except he throws it 40 yards downfield.
I mean, if you can do it successfully, that's one thing.
Yeah. All right, so I got you in the TNAM trading card group. We're going to try to do box breaks and stuff. I got a whole box full of card boxes.
All right, yeah.
I haven't opened them up, and I want to start. I don't really understand how we're supposed to do it. What's the best way to do it? I've
been watching a few guys do, and it seems like they just, they have a box of a particular type of card, and they just run through it, I guess, from what I'm hearing is, and I don't know if you plan on reselling cards or what, but, it's a fun thing to do, but they say you're not going to make money on just doing, breaking open packs, but I know a guy I work with who does that, and he had like a $1,500 card. I forget who it was,
Oh, yeah.
That makes up for it. I figure you get those numbered cards, like, 1 out of 1 of some desired, or 1 out of, whatever the number is. One of those limited editions, that might be worth something if it's a big name player.
Yeah, there was a player that I decided I really liked, and I invested in him. I went out and got was that a helmet to helmet? I got a PSA 10 first card. It was like a Bowman rookie autograph, numbered to 150, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Okay, yeah, from the Reds, right?
I really liked him.
Yeah.
And I said, I believe in this guy. I said, he's the most exciting player I've seen in 20 years. Like, I want in. But it's like, you just never know. It was totally gambling. But,
you can always make educated guesses as well, like, hey, this Manzaro guy is up and coming. If I buy his cards cheap now and then post them when he starts, getting a lot of hype, you can make a couple bucks on each card.
Yep. And there are people in the group like Jeremy Butcher and Jeff Corbin. They're the ones really trying to get me into this and to start that group in the first place. But they were getting a whole bunch of Evan Mobley rookies when they weren't anything.
Yeah.
He's having a bit of a breakout season this year.
Mm-hmm. So then it's time to put him on the market. How much does it cost to get a card graded? Like $20 or something like that?
I've never sent one in. There's different prices, something like that.
Yeah, because that's another thing you got to be careful on is, if you're doing it for the reselling part of it, you don't want to send a card in for $20 and get it graded, and then, it's only worth like 11.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of slabs on junkie cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. Yeah, I figured out when I was a kid. If I can't tell you how many boxes of Upper Deck or packs of Upper Deck I bought.
Oh yeah, I had
Trying to get either the Griffey or I want a Shaquille O'Neal rookie. God, pack after pack of junk after junk.
Oh yeah. And you'd always seem to get the same junky player in like every pack, some no-name guy, but he was in almost every pack.
The way I just look at this, you're coming off one of your best.
Well, the Browns are driving a little bit here with the aid of a little bit of flag pass interference.
Hey, any way you can get it.
They look better than they have all game, but that's not saying much.
No.
That's a far cry from saying we look good.
As they say, even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time.
Yeah. Exactly. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yep.
They go, there's only 7:15 in PM, 7:15 AM. Whatever it's broken on, it's not. Shut up, point down. Get the point.
Not on an analog clock.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Oh, there's the blitz. There's Njoku, first down, 20, 15, 5. He's taken down at the 4-yard line. Showing some life.
All right.
I'm still cheering for this team.
What do you think about the white helmets? I don't particularly care for them.
I like them.
I like the rest of this uniform set except for the helmet. I just figure, to me, the orange helmet's just a piece of tradition you shouldn't mess with. But I guess the white helmet seems to be a uniform trend these days.
I like the white helmet. I'm okay tweaking the stripe.
Yeah.
But I like the Penn State helmet vibe. Jerome Ford running up the middle, gain of a couple, second and goal.
We're bringing an all-out blitz here, but watch Dorian Thompson-Robinson turns his back to the.
Trying to remember, were the Browns wearing the all white like this when we clinched the playoff spot against the Jets?
Yes.
I was at that game, and I remember that one being incredible. That's a touchdown run. Jerome Ford, buddy. Glad I didn't start him in my fantasy league, doggone it. I would like to play a fantasy league where it's just you get the highest points of whatever players on your bench combined for your best total roster. I don't want to have to make the move of, I had Cole Kmet instead of David Njoku, and Njoku has 3 touchdowns that game. You're like, no.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That's a bad beat. Really good job to Jerome Ford. So I traded Chris Olave in my dynasty league.
Yeah.
He's injured and he's had some concussions.
I had him on my league this year. He was on injured reserve for like half the year.
Missed the extra point.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Are you out of your mind? That's the kind of year it's been for the Cleveland Frowns.
It's that crease. Really well done.
I mean, that was Dustin Hopkins.
Oh, the Hopkins is back this week?
He's going to be gone next week.
Where it's only the Browns' 8th rushing touchdown of this.
Jeez, he's terrible.
Dustin freaking Hopkins.
How many extra points is that this year that he's missed? And short field, remember that was at the New Orleans game when he kept missing those give me field goals?
Yeah, against very beatable teams. Good God. So our special teams need everything needs revamped except punter. Okay, got it.
You talk to Cade York after this and say, hey, another shot.
I don't think the Bengals will let him go after nailing that 59-yarder.
Yeah, he did miss the first one, though.
All right, let me roll through the scores real quick. Eagles up.
I'm going to get a water refill. I'll be back.
Sounds good. Eagles up 21-14 at halftime over the Redskins. Saquon with 2 touchdowns rushing and 123 yards. A.J. Brown with a touchdown. Kenny Pickett's still in the game. Doggone it. Jalen Hurts injured. That stinks for me and my fantasy football league. Atlanta Falcons have totally flipped the script here. Michael Penix Jr. with an interception. How'd they get their scoring? Oh, they had a pick 6. Matthew Judon, a 27-yard interception return. Riley Patterson kick is good. Bijan Robinson, a 4-yard running touchdown. Yeah, look at that. The Giants have thrown 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns, really bailing out Michael Penix, who's not, he's got 1 interception, nothing really good in the air. But the Falcons are in pole position in this game, keeping the heat on Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, unfortunately. Carolina Panthers, look, they're in the third quarter. They are still leading 23-17. Carolina ball. Bryce Young with a touchdown pass on the day. Chuba Hubbard with a rushing touchdown. A couple field goals. Bryce Young had a 23-yard rushing touchdown, and his completion to Adam Thielen for 8 yards was his lone touchdown on the day. James Conner with a 6-yard rush, and DJ Dallas, a 1-yard pass from Kyler Murray on the day. If you're playing fantasy football this week in the playoffs, congratulations for making it this far. Good luck to get lucky and try to win it this year. Tennessee has the ball, but they are trailing 7-31 against the Colts. Oh my gosh. Look at Jonathan Taylor. 197 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. You got him on your league. You are looking good. I do not.
Of course, I had him. Why couldn't he do that during the regular season when I was still in it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, I was saying I traded Chris Olave for Jerry Jeudy, Jerome Ford, and Nick Chubb. So
wow.
I traded him the day that Jerry Jeudy went bonkers with like 45 points.
Yeah, Judy's he's done better as the year went on.
But then, of course, Nick Chubb breaks his foot, and then Jerome Ford's in doing some stuff here. But, yeah, Jonathan Taylor, a 70-yard touchdown run and a 65-yard touchdown run. Good grief.
You think Chubb is done?
No, but yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's ever going to be the same again.
He's a guy that I would never put it past.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, with the crappy offensive line, I kind of had a bad feeling he'd get hurt again.
All right, let me continue the scores here. Wrap these up in Chicago. Look at that, putting a couple points on the board. Bears trail 14-27 against the Detroit Football Lions. Cole Kmet, a touchdown pass, 1-yarder from Caleb Williams. Keenan Allen, a 45-yarder from Caleb Williams. And on the Lions side, Amon-Ra St. Brown got me an 8-yard touchdown pass. I'll take it. Jamison Williams, an 82-yard touchdown pass, former Buckeye. Jahmyr Gibbs with the 1-yard rush and a couple of field goals going on there. Here's a weird low-scoring game. 6. Yeah, I guess Rams and 49ers had a stupid low-scoring game, and now here's another one. In the fourth quarter, the Jets lead 9-6. 9-6.
Real barn burner there.
Real barn burner. Kyron Williams with a 2-yard rushing touchdown. Missed their conversion. Their point after misses. And Aaron Rodgers with an 11-yard pass to Devontae Adams. And their point after missed. So there's a lot of extra point missing going on. I guess there's misery loves company happening in the league as we resume our action in Cleveland. I'm sorry, in Cincinnati for Bengals versus Cleveland. Yeah, okay. Oh, is T. Higgins down on the ground, an injury, perhaps?
Yeah, looks like he that's Achilles area where he's holding.
Oh, no. I hate seeing injuries. Did you see, by the way, yesterday Shane Gillis on with college football? Let me see if I can play you this clip. Did you see what happened with Shane Gillis?
No. What team was he with?
No, Shane Gillis, the comedian.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Makes his 8th catch of the day.
This was so good. I want to play you this clip. So Shane Gillis is on College Game Day. And if you haven't seen Shane Gillis as Trump, you need to see Shane Gillis as Trump.
Okay.
Have you seen Shane Gillis as Trump?
Not that I can recall, but maybe, I've seen it before, but it'll trigger my memory, but not that I recall off the top of my head.
Oh, man. Okay, well then. I
think Barkley's in the red zone again.
Oh, goodness. Let's go.
It's a we thing, and Smirnoff has a drink for every team.
Well, here, Just to set the mood for why this Shane Gillis thing was funny, I need to remind everybody why he's hilarious. Look at his Trump impression.
Okay, I think I have seen this.
Podcast. Let me play this for a second here.
Joe, you could do nothing to me. I would hurt you severely, and everyone here knows it. I would beat Joe's ass so badly. Frankly, Trader Joe, that's what we call this guy. He's sold out this country.
3 times you've got married.
Honestly, that's not that bad.
Your chin and your neck are one.
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of women like that. There's good people on both sides of this, and we need to get to the bottom of this. And you sided with your mother like a gay guy. If my father treated my mother like I would side with him like a real man. Joe, you've never visited the Midwest. Everyone knows it. Illinois loves Donald Trump.
That is.
I wish I had a joke there, but I'm getting into character too much. Michelle Obama has a giant
That impression is great.
Oh my God. Yeah, you got to watch the Kill Tony podcast. Also, Adam Ray as Joe Biden was incredible. I was driving back from Milwaukee covering the Republican convention.
Are you going to cover the inauguration?
Say it again.
We're going to cover the inauguration.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was there 4 years ago for the mostly peaceful protest where some people.
I remember that.
So I gotta do the full wraparound now. I gotta cover 4 years ago and then this one. Well, anyway, let me go to this. This is what I was trying to show you.
Sure.
So here's Nick Saban. You see him in the middle. He's just to the left of Pat McAfee.
Uh-huh.
There's Shane Gillis rocking the Notre Dame jersey. So check out this conversation between these two. By the way, Cincinnati has to punt the ball. That's they've been held again. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cincy leads 17-6.
Still a chance.
Catches at the 18. He's running. He's out past the 30. Hit at the 35. Still can't bring him down. Taken down at the 35. Okay. So check this out. Shane Gillis on the set of College Game Day. This is so good. Look at this hat. What does that hat remind you of? Nick Saban's hat.
Oh, like a fedora from back in the day or something.
Yeah, or maybe a certain action movie with a certain character, Harrison Ford, perhaps. So
Indiana Jones. Okay.
So here's Shane Gillis talking about the Alabama guy, and he's starting to give him grief about the fact that, Alabama was paying their players before the NIL. Oh, I didn't know we weren't supposed to go there. Check how this plays out.
You called him a cheater earlier.
I was just joking around. I don't think the SEC paid players ever.
Period.
Right? I'm joking. Are we not? Is this not a fun show?
No,
Serious show?
Serious football.
Like Alabama Jones is very serious.
Alabama Jones.
Get the whip, Indy.
He calls him Alabama Jones.
That's hilarious.
He has the whip, doesn't he? Yeah. Instead of Indiana Jones, he calls him Alabama Jones.
No. Serious show?
Serious football.
Like Alabama Jones is very serious.
I'm not serious.
Get the whip, Indy.
I do believe in integrity.
Hey, his response is irrelevant, but he called him Alabama Jones.
That's funny.
It's
we
one of
don't
the
know
best
that
things
college
I've seen.
players were getting paid, I mean, that's no secret.
Oh, no secret at all. And he's trying to laugh it off like he has integrity. There was a nice pass play to Jerry Jeudy, finally going vertical. Browns are across midfield. Don't look now, but look, Browns are we hung around against the Chiefs, right? 21-7. That was 6 turnovers, and we were still in it.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
So 1st and 10, Cleveland Browns from the 49 of Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to fake the handoff, rolls right, dumps it to Njoku, caught, only a gain of 2. This is that dink and dunk and bullshit. I don't like how the league has turned into dink dunk bullshit.
Yeah.
I understand you don't need to throw it
from the Cleveland offense
downfield every play, but you have to be more vertical. First 7 games of the year, Jerry Jeudy was 266 yards, 62nd in the NFL. In the last 7 games, 786 yards, 2nd in the NFL.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
He's not getting those numbers today. He has, 20 yards receiving?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that Denver game, he
69.
had that breakout game. Oh, here we go. Receiving yards this season. Okay, they're flashing that graph.
Judy is holding his leg.
In the first half of the season, he was so quiet to begin.
It is. And look, you saw the impact of what Jameis Winston had on this.
Well, apparently they ignored
Judy
the defensive pass interference on Judy, but they did call roughing the passer.
Well, hey, let's see.
I mean, that's some ticky-tack. Yeah, Jerry Judy's knees hurt. God damn it.
Is Cedric Tillman still hurt?
Is who?
Cedric Tillman.
Yeah, he's inactive today.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy's right leg is hurt.
Yeah, that's great.
And so I traded for Nick Chubb and Jerry Judy. Both hurt. That's an ugly handoff play. Ugh.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
At least misery loves company, right? We don't have to
exactly.
hit show on our own.
It's got behind him.
Browns already without Cedric Tillman today.
My God. Is that another?
So at least for the moment, allows the Bulls to another one.
3 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor on the Colts.
Man.
That's who's winning your fantasy league if you got him on your roster.
Yeah, well, I have him on my roster, but it's doing me no good since I didn't make the playoffs this year.
Playoffs?
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Dorian Thompson-Robinson with a really great scramble for a first down there.
1 yard rushing TD, Jonathan Taylor. All right.
Yeah, 204 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns.
ABS 38-7. Back to you guys. When new JT wanted to bounce back after what happened in Denver last week. Here's Thompson Robinson.
He barely got past the sticks. I think he got a bit of a favorable spot there.
Yeah.
But he was worried about the hit. He wasn't really watching the line of scrimmage. They gave him the first anyway. Handoff to Jerome Ford. Moves forward for about a gain of 7.
One of the things when you have a quarterback who is an athletic quarterback running the football, it's always a bit of a risk when you go man-to-man coverage because what happens? You get
Kenny Pickett.
back is turned to the quarterback.
So I'm going to do it. I'm going to check my fantasy football
to do something dangerous with
roster here.
The run.
I've been avoiding it because I'm watching the results, and nothing's really jumping out as fantastic for me.
And suddenly this Bengals defense playing on it.
See what there were 2 games yesterday too. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and was it Kansas City and somebody?
Seconds left of the quarter.
They've avoided the negative play.
Yeah.
Able to capitalize.
I don't even know who's the late games today.
When Lou Anarumo calls the blitz in the first half.
Late games today are Minnesota at Seattle, New England at Buffalo, Jacksonville at Vegas, Niners at Dolphins, Buccaneers at Cowboys. And then the couple of games yesterday where Kansas City beat Houston. Unfortunately, Tank Dell with a gruesome leg injury. I have him on my team, and he got injured.
Single digits.
And Baltimore beat Pittsburgh yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, my fantasy team here, I'm not in great shape right now. Cooper Kupp got me 5 points. Jerry Judy's out with 4 points. Houston defense gave me nothing.
And to start screening for colon cancer. Yep, with colon cancer rising in adults.
And I left 17 points for Jerome Ford on the bench. That's not good.
Really, at age 45. I'm Goldar. I'm not.
Saquon is keeping me in it a little bit with 25 points.
Yeah. Are you winning your match or?
No, I'm projecting 80% chance of losing.
Yeah, but I find that can change pretty quick depending if you know in the late game you got someone that blows up and.
That's very true. I'm going to need Baker Mayfield to come through in the clutch on that one.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts gave me 4.5 points and he's out. That is just trash. I'm in trouble.
Yeah, that's the worst when a player gets hurt early in the game.
It is so hard to win a fantasy football championship.
It is. I mean, some of it's knowledge, but a lot of it's just pure ass luck.
no place like a road home. Receive a $5,500 bonus on a new
Yeah.
Audi Q5 plug-in hybrid during the season of Audi sales event.
I mean, it's really educated guesses more than anything else.
And that's why.
Hey, Dad, we're on the fastest internet speeds.
The Browns aren't giving me much to cheer about, and my fantasy football teams aren't giving me much to cheer about.
That was the story of my life this year.
Cleveland with 107 yards in the third quarter, though, compared to 11 for Cincinnati.
Hey,
Browns are driving.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, probably too little, too late, but there's
Hey, there's a whole quarter left. Browns at the 12-yard line. They're going to fake the handoff. DTR running 5 in for a touchdown.
All right.
There's a flag on the play, of course.
Oh, holding probably, huh?
17-6.
Unbelievable. 10-yard penalty on Jordan Akins.
Suddenly, a couple of defensive penalties on Zach Taylor's defense.
Oh, my God.
Cleveland some hope. So we're in the fourth quarter. See you on this right of hand. Balls it back. Touch the corner. And he is in for the Cleveland touchdown. There's a flag thrown. Oh, yeah, you're going to get the hold outside.
Try to do the lip reading on Ken Dorsey.
All right.
That was the tight
When
As
it
soon as you
popped
see
up
it,
on my...
tell me what he says.
All right.
And let it rip. This is not a child show.
Rated R.
Let's see if it was as obvious for you as it was for me.
All right. I'll let you know when it comes up.
It's a good call on Josh Newton.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm trying to beat the
And he added one more part. Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy back in the game, but he alligator armed it. It went off both of his hands. The tip could have been intercepted. It didn't. Second and 13. You go from having a chance to be a 3-point game with a 2-point conversion there. 17
Ooh, that was close to a pick, too.
Looking again for Jeudy. It will be second and 13.
Pass complete to Jerome Ford. Nice. All right. He gets down to near the another flag.
Frustrating season for Cleveland. Yeah, he had a chance in traditionally in this part of the field, and he's called a very aggressive game. I'm talking about doing.
So another question I have, Ken Dorsey. As soon as Buffalo let him go last year, they started winning. So what did the Browns see in him that would think would be any different here?
Interesting. Not even on the
I'd love to get an answer to that one. They called number 80 Jamari Thrash with the whole. These are just normal blocks that they're calling holds. This is pretty awful. The fix is in this game.
Well, you know they want Burrow to go to the playoffs because he brings in ratings.
Yeah, but you know what? This ruins the love of the game.
It does.
You don't call this ticky-tack bullshit. And a fumble from PTR.
That wasn't a hold at all.
No, I didn't see it.
If anything, the defender held him.
Well, DTR with the nice run, and then he fumbles it.
So now they knocked back all the way to the 22. The line of the game is just outside the 1.
Somehow he maintains possession. 3rd and 7. You know they're going for it here. Unless
you got to.
You don't really have to because you just need a 2-score difference. And
yeah.
But
you got to remember, kicker can't
2, 1 gets the play off. DTR scrambling, going back, intercepted in the end zone. Screw you, Browns.
As you go back to that first drive, Jerome Ford, they're on the 1-yard line.
They are awful.
With Foreman on this drive, seemingly you think you have a touchdown, but then a couple penalties and a drop, almost a fumble.
Throwing off his back foot, getting hit.
Yeah, and it's about to happen on my TV now. Yeah, good God.
It's a comedy of errors.
It really is. All right, Brian, I think I'm going to get off here and try to do something a little productive for the day. And
Yeah, no doubt. I think we've tortured ourselves long enough.
Yep. All right. Well, it was fun, and who knows? Maybe I'll join you next time.
Absolutely. I will. I think I'm going to be live for the Buckeyes game, but that's New Year's Day. I don't know what I have planned for New Year's Day.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing either. So.
Yeah, I know. You see those memes going around about I got a ticket to the hottest club in town.
Yeah.
Free drinks, princess parking, no line for the restrooms. I'm staying at home.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, it's like that starts to get better and better.
Yeah, as you get older, staying home is a lot better sometimes. So.
No doubt, man. I remember for the Cavs parade, I think we paid $20 or $50 or something. We were standing at a corner, and we paid the hotel so we could have use of their downstairs restroom facilities.
Oh, nice.
And it was probably the best $40 we ever spent, or 100, whatever it was.
Oh, sure.
You know, I'm not porta potty. I'm not going to go wait in line for an hour and a half. Like,
yeah,
just go duck in and duck out. Very easy.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming on. Like, these are sort of. This is much more fun when we got someone to bounce the chatter back and forth off of.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Keith
sure.
Piper. Any final words for Unhappy Hour Nation?
I don't know. Let's just hope the Browns figure something out before next year. But you know, with what Miles said and all that, it ain't looking good. But you know, it's just the cross we bear, as they say.
And unfortunately, we've been through worse. They've stolen.
Yeah, we've been through a lot worse. So,
all right, Keith, enjoy the rest of your weekend, sir. Merry Christmas, happy
you too,
holidays,
Brian.
You and yours.
Yeah. Merry.
Take care, buddy. There he goes, Keith Piper. Everybody, Browns with 2 red zone turnovers today. You don't win games that way. Speaking of winning games, we're watching the Panthers here, trying to hold on and get a win. That'd be helpful for the Browns draft position. Cardinals have the ball, trailing by 3. Indianapolis has this in control, 38-15 over the Titans. Lions have this under control, 34, doubling up the 17 for the Bears. All right, Rams get a touchdown on the board, leading the Jets 16-9. Browns with another sack. Mike Hall in on the sack. And what's this other one? Eagles up by 10 on the Commanders. 5:18 left in the third. And Falcons are up 31-7 on the Giants. Joe Burrow, complete across the middle. Is that Gesicki? Zach Taylor's going for it, 4th and 1. At their own 30? Or the Browns so undisciplined they're going to jump offside? Yeah, so the Bengals moved, but they didn't call him offside. Or a false start, rather. The Browns. The Frowns. The Clowns. Fair catch by Prochet, about the 15. Cleveland has to get 11 points now. Oh, Cleveland Browns. Can they come back? And if they did, would it matter? I would appreciate a Super Bowl while I'm still alive. I don't think that's a lot to ask. Apparently it is. All right, the Browns have to get 2 scores, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Swing pass out to Ford. He's going to get a first down out to the 27-yard line. Jerome Ford up the middle, gain of 6. DTR zips it. First down. Njoku annoyed that he couldn't elude that first tackler. Jerome Ford bottled up. I love that they credit Stefanski for the playoff win. That was Baker Mayfield and Myles Garrett. Kevin Stefanski was not the coach of that game. Third down here. DTR, 3rd and 6. Feeling the pressure. He's running. He's looking to throw. He throws. Another interception. This guy is not the answer. God. DTR sucks. I don't want him under center. Put Jameson. Awful. Awful, 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 awful. Jesus was a refugee. He gets us. Yeah, that He Gets Us organization misrepresenting Christianity. I am not a huge fan of those commercials being played. Well, this Browns game is about toast. Okay. Three turnovers by the Browns. This is coaching. Lack of coaching. This is what lousy coaching gets you. Sloppy teams making sloppy plays. Finding ways to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Not to say I've ever felt like we were in control of this game, but we've always been in this game. Not with 3 turnovers, we're not, though. Yeah, the defense has really shut the Bengals down. Second half. And the Browns put how many points on the board? None? That's inexcusable. First down, Bengals. Burrow drops back, going deep. Is that Chase? Yosivas. That's a nice long pass. Complete over Denzel Ward. Yuck. Jamar Chase down to the 5. Half the distance to the goal, face mask on 23. Okay, then. Gain of 2. It's going to be 2nd and 2 from the 2. It looks like. Brown is bottled up. Good job, Mike Hall Jr.
Certainly is one of those players. And we talked about our game and how outside of Garrett, they really haven't had a pass rush, but Hall showing that he might find himself a place in the middle of this defense for the future.
Fumble Burrow. Browns recover. Briggs. Wow. Isaiah McGuire with the strip sack. Okay. Good. Let's go. If they got out to Jerome, 4 minutes left in the game. I mean, they are out of time here. DTR. Oh, God. Elijah Moore. He had room, but he just went out of bounds. If he could have just stayed in bounds, he would have had a shot there. Sheesh. Complete to Elijah Moore again. Couldn't get out of bounds. Or did he? Clock stopped. I don't think he got out of bounds. Why'd they stop the clock? DTR gets sacked. DTR 3rd and 8, looking, stepping up, dancing. He's got pressure. He spins out of the pressure. He looks, he chucks into the sidelines. 4th and 8. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Must be 4th and 8 here. DTR out of the shotgun. Looks, steps up, looks, spinning. What's he doing? Did he complete that? Njoku complete. Browns stay alive. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock. Great job. That was a wild play. Oh, God, he loves spinning in that pocket. Fumble, out of bounds. God. I've seen enough. I don't like him under center. I don't like his spinning, uncomfortability in the pocket, running around. Intentional grounding. You hit him in the hand. You can't call that. These refs are doing everything they can to make sure there's no opportunity for the Browns. I don't like this at all. because the pass didn't cross the line of scrimmage. The defender hit the ball. He hit his hand, he hit the ball. You cannot call that. You cannot do that. You cannot make that call. 3rd and 20. DTR sacked. Whatever. We done with this yet? Are we done here?
Just brushing the holidays. Got birthday gifts for everyone.
Yeah, Best Buy's got it all.
For my mom, who tracks everything health. For my sister.
Loves to chill.
And her son.
Big time gamer. Well, I get to this to myself. This game feels amazing. Yeah, I'll take your word for it, man.
Okay.
It's the most wonderful time. When the kids didn't
Whether your phone's broken or old, we've got you. With Verizon trading any phone, any condition. It's your last chance to get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Get 4 on us on any unlimited plan. Only on Verizon.
Everyone who comes into this clinic is a mystery. You solve a mystery, save a life.
He may be reckless, but he's also a genius.
Our patients don't need doctors. Our patients need detectives.
Who are you?
Watson, premiere CBS Sunday after the AFC Championship and stream on Paramount Plus.
I'm Madeline Matlock, junior legal counsel.
America's favorite new show is Matlock.
I lost a daughter, so I'm going to find out who's responsible and get justice.
Matlock, now streaming on Paramount Plus and Thursdays on CBS. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. Best Buy. Imagine that. And by Verizon. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. Stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars time permitting. Get you back to New York on the latest NFL scores and highlights of their 16th Sunday of the NFL season. Fourth down, final remains for Cleveland, and it is incomplete. Looking for the wide receiver Michael Woods, got a chance today with some of the injuries.
And there's a game.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson stay coming to a merciful end here in Cincinnati, 17-6 for the 154.
So takeaways on today's game. Dorian Thompson-Robinson is not the answer. Myles Garrett doesn't look like he's having fun. Why? How could you be?
This team lost 2 games this year in which they scored 38 points. They lost 4 games in which they scored 30 or more. Well, I think they're going to be thinking about if they miss the playoffs, no doubt.
And I believe that the stat out there is that
Ah, God.
that are not the Bengals for something like 51 as far as their record goes. It's a mind-boggling season.
It is not.
You compare this
Bengals are 2-7 in one-score games. Kansas City's 11-0 in one-score games. I mean, could Cincinnati sneak into the playoffs? I mean, if they improve, get this win today, which they will, they'll be 7-8. Touchdown chase. There's a flag. That'll be on the Browns. That helps my fantasy team. Why aren't they doing that more often? Why are they waiting till garbage time to do that? Oh, it was Myles Garrett jumping offside.
Two guys that go back a long time, all the way back to the collegiate days in Baton Rouge. Just unbelievable trio with Justin Jefferson, all part of their national championship season in 2019.
24-6.
This amazing streak for Burrow continues March in the company of some of the most prolific passers in NFL history. It's been pretty good. He's really had a tremendous season. It makes it the better they play, the better he plays, the more throws like that to Jamar Chase for the Bengals makes it even more discouraging and disappointing. That there's a good chance that they're not going to be in the playoffs this season. But if this thing holds, and if Cincinnati misses the playoffs, they can become only the second team since the merger to have the NFL's passing leader and receiving yards leader and miss the postseason. The only other time that's happened, the San Diego Chargers in '82, Dan Fouts and Wes Chandler. Just to put into context, historical context, what we've seen from the Cincinnati offense, just incredible numbers. Listen, what they got to do is, to me, the game of the year for Cincinnati to watch and pay attention to is Pittsburgh and Kansas City. Because if Pittsburgh beats Kansas City, well, now Kansas City can't rest their shoulders because they're still playing for the number one seed. And plays Denver the last game of the year, and to me, that's the Bengals' best chance of them getting to the postseason if they're able to win out the rest of their schedule. Another reminder to stay tuned. The NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars time permitting. Gets you to Detroit, New York. JB and the fellas get you caught up around the league. So the big playoff impact scores.
Minute 44 left in this game. It's another season to forget for Cleveland.
Experience. Just doing what he can to get this team back into the playoffs. As they close in on the 7:20 of the season, Jerome Ford another catch. Up there just shy of the line. Gain to the 40-yard line. The officials going to say first down Cleveland. So the Browns are going to lose a fourth straight game. They're going to fall 3-12 on the season.
Browns are 3-12. That's gross. Another They fought each other and couldn't get the interception. Wow. That's a greedy, stupid play. Oh, they called pass interference anyway. Minute left in the game. Wow. Tennessee cuts it 30-38 with just under 3 minutes left. They've come back. Okay, go Tennessee. Please. The Browns draft choices.
Joe Burrow, another day at the office, 23, 32, 52, and 3 TR's pass a little bit high for Akins. 3rd and 10. Well, listen, if you're the Cleveland Browns and you're Dorian Thompson-Robinson, look, this again, he hasn't had a lot of pelts on the wall as far as experience. So there's going to be a tremendous learning process here, but I still look at it. There's so much uncertainty of what the quarterback's going to look like next year. Deshaun Watson, his health, when he can come back. What we do know is that the Browns have a lot of money committed to the quarterback position already. So, again, if Dorian Thompson-Robinson can prove that he's up to development, we can give the Browns a low-cost option next year if, in fact, he can get better and show that.
DTR with another sack. He just runs around like a chicken with his head cut off back there.
Look at what happened with Denver with that disastrous Russell Wilson deal. They were able to get out from under that because they go draft Knicks and get the cheap option as a rookie. Who knows what this thing is going to look like for the Browns next season? That quarterback. 16.
Wow, another interception dropped by the Bengals. Dude, DTR is trash. I don't know how you can keep defending this guy. He sucks. And there they go. They take the knee. What up, Raul? Raul, are you serious that you think DTR has earned the QB1 spot in 2025? No way. I don't like what I have to see. He threw 2 interceptions on that last drive that were dropped. No, I don't believe in him at all. We got to draft somebody. The answer is not on our roster. No, I don't think DTR definitely earned the QB1 spot in 2025. He hasn't shown me much of anything. He threw about 8 interceptions today. 2 or 3 of them were actually caught. He doesn't have pocket presence. He just runs around. He does that spin out of it move. Cade York looked good. Yeah, what do you have, a 59-yarder? Let's compare that to Dustin Hopkins. Dustin Hopkins missing his extra point opportunity. Oh, wow. Washington took the lead over the Eagles, 28-27. Jaden Daniels deep pass. Zane Gonzalez kicking. Olamide Zacharias. Second touchdown pass on the day. All right, Colts are in a battle as well. Damn. I think that might be game. They just got a first down, under 2 minutes to go. Rooting for the Panthers to pull this one off. 3 minutes left in the game. Panthers have the ball. They're at the... Oh, they're at their own 14? That's not good. Detroit's going to get the win over the Bears. Rams did beat the Jets. Man, Falcons really came on with the 8 of 2 pick sixes. What are some of these late games going on? I saw Buffalo had a score. Why'd they show a Buffalo score? Game hasn't started yet, but they showed me a touchdown. He said 7-0. Wow. Indianapolis 6-8. They'll be 7-8 along with the Bengals. All right. Well, I can stay here watching football with you all day, except meh. All right. Subscribe to The New American Media on Rumble and YouTube. Find The New American Media. We have a YouTube channel, The Unhappy Hour Sports Show. On X, we're at The Unhappy Hour _. On X, we're at American_Media_. Subscribe to those. You can find The Unhappy Hour podcast on Spotify. Special thanks to Keith Piper joining us today. And Raul Havana. Thank you, Raul. I'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas. And happy Festivus. And I hope you have a great everything. Talk to you later.